sports guru and bud knocker. Call the show at 818-435-8423 and follow the show on Twitter at Sportscast_THN. And now it's the Sportscast.
Welcome back to the Sportscast NFL Game Day Show in the Icebox Studios with my boys. We got Bud Knocker coming back from a lovely weekend. Wendy's birthday over the weekend. We'll talk about that. Renee on the ones and twos. You got to get his own mic on.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Feel it.
And the Mexican Minute coming up later in the show, and Johnny Icebox. Always cool as hell over there in his
I turned
king's
everyone
chair.
else's mics on, but I kept mine off.
I know, that's kind of, it's okay. You're worried about everyone else. I like
don't
that.
wanna hear
You
what
put
I
us
have to
first.
say anyway.
I know, exactly. Until the Mexican Minute, we do want to hear what you want to say. Because a great baseball game start. I know it's a football show, but I mean, one of the best MLB playoff games I've ever seen in my
Very
life.
exciting.
We'll talk about it later in the Mexican Minute. So glad everyone back here in the Icebox Studios. Another great week in the NFL, also in college football as well. A couple upsets, a couple quarterback changes, a couple coach changes over the weekend. So we'll get to all the news and notes later in the show. If you guys want to call today, 818-435-8423. I'll put the number right out there. A lot going on in sports, especially with football taking over everything and college football. I mean, we got NBA and NHL knockers starting up literally in about like 2-3 weeks here.
2-3 weeks. I think it starts up next
Well,
week.
we've already got preseason hockey going.
No, I think the season starts the 7th.
You gotta get. I haven't been paying attention. That's what it's been football.
Yeah, I think it starts next week.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of stuff going on in sports, but especially here on our NFL Game Day Show, we're covering fantasy football today. Lawrence Brooks will be in the house, as usual, our fantasy guru. So if you guys got any fantasy questions, send them to our Twitter feed at sportscast_THN. You can also send us an email at thenewsportsguru@gmail.com as well. Knocker will be on the Twitter feed, so if you guys send it through, he'll be on top of that.
Follow my ass on Twitter.
That's right. And speaking of Knocker on top of things, over the weekend, Knocker knocking some boots, as you would say.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
getting your groove on. Wendy had her birthday over the weekend, huh?
Yes, she did. That was her birthday on
Turn me up, Renee.
Tuesday, September 30th.
Looking good, right? You're feeling
so
good?
we moved on Saturday. Moved the whole house. Had a whole bunch of people over. Johnny Ice, thank you very much for being there.
Okay.
Didn't
You
do
were
a whole
there,
lot,
had some
but
friends. Yeah, you did. No, you helped out quite a bit.
Yeah, Knocker.
I'll take credit.
Knocking those boots, Knocker.
It was nice, man. It was nice.
I mean, who cares about your fantasy team? You're living your own little fantasy over there in
That's
Palm
right.
Springs, right?
Played golf at 2 fantastic golf courses.
Nice.
Had a good weekend. I mean, it's great when it's your wife's birthday and she says, "Why don't we go play golf?
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you go play golf and I'll drive the cart around?" How awesome is that?
Yeah, really.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, let's have sex first in the morning, then go play golf.
I did not need to hear that.
Tell her to suck my balls.
I mean,
Wow. Hope Wendy did. Yeah, boobies and balls. Wow.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's my mother, people. Okay, let's calm it down a little bit. All right.
So I got back. We left Sunday morning, and got back.
Okay.
Got back.
Good times.
About 3 hours ago.
Saul, you guys took your first selfie.
Yeah. We did.
He's in the selfie business
we
now.
took a
My
selfie.
mom and my
Now he's
dad
got the
took their
phone.
their first selfie ever. It was
took
fantastic.
me 6 attempts. It took me 6 attempts. And hey, you know what? Because I'm such an idiot, I'm holding the camera like this, backwards. Well, how the fuck did they do this? Because I can't. Where's the button? Yeah. I didn't know that.
You know you can flip the camera, right? Just by like a.
Yeah. Figured that out.
Figured that out.
Don't.
I'm so un.
Oh, that's fantastic. So good weekend though for you.
Yeah, it's great.
And how'd you do in our betting? College football. How'd you do? 2-2 over the weekend after your 4-0 fantastic sweep last weekend.
Yeah, I went 2-2.
Okay.
It was
If you guys want to become a VIP on our exclusive email list, we email our picks out each weekend. Knocker again went 4-0 past week, went 2-2. I went 2-1 in our NFL picks this week. So a winning weekend once again. It's only $14.99. Sign up at thenewsportsguru.com. It's right there on the right-hand side. Johnny made a nice little logo. It's a premium membership, so make sure you guys check that out. And just a shout out for anybody tomorrow. We have a big event going on. You can come out and just hang with us at the Islands in West Covina. So if you're listening to the show live or you got nothing to do for Thursday Night Football, should be kind of a good one here. Thursday, Green Bay versus Minnesota rivalry game. Teddy Bridgewater taking down the Falcons last week. Aaron Rodgers saying, relax, and he proved it coming out against the Bears last week. And
one thing I like the best about this is not that game that I'm going to have to watch because I'm going to be eating a lot of food.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need
you don't really
to
have
be
to
glued
concentrate
to it.
on it.
I'm just going to be eating all that good Highlands burgers.
Oh, yeah.
Fries.
Yeah, it's gonna be
They're gonna hook
fantastic.
us
So
up.
we'll be at
They're
the
gonna hook us
Islands restaurant in West Covina tomorrow. It's right at the 10
Are you
freeway.
going to be yelling at the TV again?
Yes, yeah, it's gonna be
Probably.
crazy.
Yeah,
So
probably.
they are hosting us to do a private event. It's gonna be fantastic. We're gonna have free food and drinks all night long for us. So it's gonna be fantastic. But if you guys want to come out and join us, just hang out, say hi, come down. Islands Restaurant in West Covina. Also follow them on Twitter and Facebook because they are a big sponsor of the show. So we want to give them a big shout out. So we'll be there tomorrow for Thursday night football, and hopefully this leads to some live events there. So it could be something big for us. So it'll be fun. Renee, did you do anything over the weekend besides I know your Dodgers are in,
Yeah,
Clayton
man.
Kershaw sucks my dick, and what else?
Let
Okay.
me think. Saturday, I went to a wedding. My girlfriend's brother got married, and I got sneezied. And then
Smeezy. That's a
Smeezy.
news one.
You
That's
like
a
that
new
one?
one.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then Sunday, I went to the last game of the year, the last Dodger game of the year. They won 10-5, crushed the Rockies.
Always like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Did you win,
Nice.
did you win
It's a good
anything?
weekend.
Fan
Did not win
appreciation? Did you
anything. I think it was
Wow.
rigged, actually, because they would announce it on the PA, and then they would show the people in their seats, right, holding it, and they're like, "If go to claim your prize behind home plate." We're like, "What? They already have their prize. That doesn't fucking make sense." So I think it was
They give away some good prizes
They
at those
do.
last game
Yeah,
of the
they give away
baseball
some
game.
good
So,
stuff.
All right, good weekend, Johnny
Yep.
Box. How'd your weekend go?
It was all right.
Everybody hurts, but sometimes everybody cries.
I swear you guys didn't give me any props last week. It was all.
I told you it was coming on today's show. I told you that's only that used to be
Listen.
the Cowboys song. That is now the Steelers song with my Cowboys 3-1.
I was really upset on Sunday. All right, first of all, Saturday, helped Bud move. Then we went and played
did.
some golf.
Very good time with Jeff Pratt. Big shout out to him.
Yep. Big shout out to him. I had an amazing first 9.
Yeah.
Shot a 42, so everything was going good.
Awesome.
You notice how he's diverting from the song. But go ahead.
Sunday,
You
Steelers
did,
played.
Johnny. I have to give you credit. You played the best round of golf I've ever seen you play on
Thank
Saturday.
you very much.
You did.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
Had a very good time.
Okay, and that all came to a crashing halt on Sunday.
It didn't come to a crashing halt. I
Wait.
mean, yeah, it was a beat.
Had to hurt.
It did.
Had to hurt.
Guess who we got a tweet from?
That's
But
so
you know what?
Pittsburgh. That is
The
just
thing
so
is like when you're a football fan, you have to realize that that's football.
Sure.
This game could be won by a touchdown with 7 seconds left, and it just so happened. And it was a bad beat, but I was feeling really down until I saw that New England game on Monday, and then I was like, "Well, we're not the
At least we're
Patriots,
better than
so,
them."
Yeah.
Everybody hurts.
So it kind of cheered me up in a way.
Yeah.
To see Brady basically get pulled.
Yeah, he was bad.
Well, you
Brady.
did,
That
you did
cheered me
notice.
up.
Okay, you did notice that it did not. I didn't pile on Sunday.
You
I
understand?
I didn't tweet you. I didn't contact
Guess
you.
who
I know you
tweeted
were
us? Guess who
hurting, and
tweeted the
I
Sportscast?
just-
You
that's-
didn't,
this-
did you?
No, I just left
didn't.
you alone.
The
Johnny's
lovely
gotta
Miss
be
Pollard.
hurting.
Fucking
The lovely
Irish.
Miss Pollard tweeted us. She's
yeah.
on Twitter. Yes, she's on Twitter.
Yeah, she tweeted him. 'cause
She
he
tweeted
kept
us
tweeting
to
shit.
shut up, leave my hubby alone. Basically, on he had his wife take to Twitter.
I got Mr. Awesome on there
Yeah.
tweeting.
Wow.
You are one pathetic loser.
Yeah.
I ran into Christy at the grocery store. Did she tell you that? On
Yeah,
Sunday?
She did tell me.
Yeah, we were at the grocery store buying
Was it
stuff for
after the loss?
No, actually, I don't. I realized she was there at like halftime.
Well, you send her out. How you're mean.
And she had her Steelers gear on and stuff, and I didn't realize that. I got home, the Steelers game was on.
She's probably buying like victory beers
the
and
hell
stuff.
is she
Like,
doing
hey,
at
I'm
the
coming home with
store?
food. We
She's gotta get her
won.
Starbucks. There's a Starbucks.
I guess.
She's a basic bitch. You know what I mean?
No.
She has to
Know
have her
what I mean.
Starbucks.
Hey, well, at least Johnny knows how to put the straw in correctly in his fucking cup.
Hey, it gets to my
You know what I'm
throat and my
saying?
mouth. I don't
Yeah, that's
care.
true.
I don't
That's
care.
True.
What a
that
douche.
is fucking annoying.
Is it annoying?
Yeah, it is.
It's
annoying.
wrong, dude. What the hell's the matter with you?
You know those plastic straws that have the little hook on the end of them so that you can't pull it out of the cup?
On the
Josh
top of the
puts
cup.
Josh puts his in upside down.
Like,
So you
can
can
check
see
it
the
out on
nubbin.
camera. You could.
Yeah,
all
you-
I do is
you
make
can
a
see the
drink,
nubbin
and
on the
it's
top.
like, hey,
Yeah.
am I gonna lose my straw? Oh, hey guys,
You know
I
what,
play with my
though?
straw. There it goes.
It makes it look like a little head, so it is kind of funny. It looks like you're sucking on a penis. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives it kind of a, yeah.
It's got a little ridge.
So go ahead if you want to do that.
It
that-
does. It does feel nice.
Up to
Like,
you.
it does feel nice to cup it. Like it feels really good.
Yeah.
It feels really good,
Sick.
actually.
Sick.
That's
That's
my
your-
boy.
that's your son,
That's
yeah.
my boy.
Oh, Russ?
He takes after his mom.
Oh,
Oh, you know what was in her mouth this weekend?
Oh, whoa.
All right, moving on. So big weekend in football. We're going to get to your college football. We got a lot of big games coming up this weekend.
This we get into the meat. We start getting into the meat of all this.
So we'll cover that.
This,
Another big sponsor of the show. Give them an early shout-out. Ben Lipson will be on from SportsTradeX.com at 7 o'clock. He's got some new NBA games coming up. Knockers, we know the NBA season. NHL games coming up.
Dude,
and his NFL stuff has been rocking. I love his new fantasy draft game that he has at SportsTradeX.com.
Oh, it's awesome, man. I do the college one on Saturdays, and there's some guys that are pretty damn good out there, man. They're just kicking
Put me
my
to
ass,
shame.
man.
Johnny already emptied his account. We had to refill him here. He's been out for a couple weeks.
You're not supposed to tell people that.
Seriously, hello.
Yeah. So I'm bad at it, all right? What are you going to do?
So that's good. Hey, play against Johnny, win money.
Yeah.
It's like a free promo,
Exactly.
you know? They
But
get
not-
free money.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
it's
concept
fun.
is awesome.
It is.
Yeah, it's
I'm just
fantastic.
terrible
Well,
at it.
it's just like his other fantasy
You know,
teams.
I do pretty good, but there's always, lately there's a couple of guys that are playing on there that just, guy rocked 220 points or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, some ridiculous.
It's
But
like
again,
ridiculous.
sportstradex.com, guys, when you go there, make sure you guys enter in the promo box SCNFL. You'll get a 30% added on to your deposit. So it's awesome. You enter $100, you get 130. Start playing against us. I mean, there's games where you can win daily money, weekly money. It's fantastic. It's real cash right away. So we'll be on with him at 7 o'clock. Lawrence Brooks, again, you got fancy questions. Get him in here because you need help. It's week 5. This is where kind of like you see your team, like Johnny said. He's got 4 teams. Like, yeah, there's one I just really
I'm
don't
in
give a
trouble.
fuck about. Like,
I'm in trouble.
It's like, this team, Josh, look at.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Everybody has their oh my god, who the hell cares team right now with their fantasy leagues. You know, you kind of got into week 5, you're like, damn.
When you have
I only
too
have
many,
the one team.
Yeah.
And I
Knocker, you're
suck.
hanging on. You're hanging on. You've lost. You won your
Oh,
first 2.
I'm trending. I am trending.
Which way though? Which way?
Spiraling downward.
Which way? Downward. All right.
I think I scored like 67 points this week or
Oh,
something like
change your
that,
team name to
man.
Rudy. The little guy.
Some
Hopefully he
kind-
makes
I'm
it
in
through.
big trouble, man.
Some kind of comeback.
I'm terrible.
Oh, I lost my NFL music. I don't have my NFL theme here to play. I'm ready to. Oh, here we go. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Rapid
Right.
fire NFL news and notes. A little slow on the dial today. Oh man, Knocker. What a weekend. What a weekend in the NFL.
Crazy, man.
Look at my Cowboys 3-1. You got the Steelers going down. New England, that
Unbelievable.
New England
He
Patriots era is
He had
done.
a couple of quarterbacks start their first games this weekend, and they both did pretty well, in my opinion. Blake Bortles and Teddy Bridgewater both played pretty well this weekend.
Who do you think, just off the bat right now, who do you think will be a better quarterback in 3 years?
Wow. Of those two?
Of those two. You had to pick right now. Both on teams that
it
are
is-
struggling to come back. You know what I mean? They're 2 different quarterbacks, too.
Well, off the bat, you'd probably like Bridgewater a little better because he's that classic pocket passer.
Yeah, but he can run.
Throws a great. He doesn't run as like the same way Bortles does. Bortles is a great runner. He's big. He's huge. He does everything. Not great. He does everything well,
Yeah.
which is what you want in your quarterback. You'd love him to be great, but you don't want him to suck at some things. He does everything really well. He reads defenses. He runs. He throws the ball well. That's a tough call, John. Josh. It's going to depend on the development of their teams. You know
It
what I'm
depends if
saying?
AP comes back for the Vikings.
yeah.
What does the Jags do in the next 2 years as far as
Exactly.
redoing their team?
If they
It'll
can
take
build
a
a
lot.
team down there in Jacksonville, which they're starting
I'd probably
to do.
take Bortles. If I had to take one of the two who would start for me, I'd probably take Bortles just because I think he's more of an Andrew Luck type. I think he's just a little smarter in the pocket.
Well,
I
I
think he's built a little better. I
was
think
gonna say that-
Bridgewater's a little fragile.
That's what I was going to say. That he
So-
probably is built a little stronger.
Right.
And Bridgewater already rolled an ankle. He's already
Yeah.
iffy for this.
So
week's
again, we're going
game,
to talk
but
about that
They're going to
here.
be fun to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Here, throw me on some background here as we get into our news and notes from around the NFL. If you guys got any questions today, again, 818-435-8423 is the number. A lot going on in the NFL over the weekend. We had the Oakland Raiders. The Raiders firing their head coach, Dennis Allen, after 10 straight losses. Dating back to last season, I mean, they don't even look competitive at this point.
Well, we look like geniuses on this show, huh?
Yeah.
I think all 4 of us.
Yeah,
picked
I don't.
Oakland in the
I will
upset.
not pick the Raiders for the rest of this season ever
That was
again.
bad. Didn't Derek Carr get hurt? Did he get hurt too?
that team is just they've gone
sad.
through quarterbacks. They just don't rebuild right, and their GM, I believe, has 2 more years on his contract. This team is in disarray. Tony Sperano becomes the interim head coach, previously coached with the Dolphins.
Tony Soprano.
Tony said that's what they need. They need to be capping off
Yeah,
the right.
they
They need
do,
Tony
man.
Soprano. Maybe they play
Seriously.
better.
Exactly.
Oakland Raiders, though, I know you've been around a long time. You were in the heyday when the Raiders were actually relevant
Absolutely.
and good. Can organizations recover? I mean, I know they're
Oh, sure. The Lakers for a few years were horrid.
but this hasn't been a few years with the Raiders. This has been since I was born. I mean, I know they got the Super Bowl against the Buccaneers when they beat them against John Gruden, but after that, it's been 15 years of just disgracefulness.
Well, I give you the Saints. The Saints sucked from the day they were born until Drew Brees and Sean Payton got there. They literally sucked. I think they made the playoffs once in 40 years. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, my God. Tampa Bay. When they first started, they lost their first 26 games.
Okay, if you had a choice right now, Raiders, Jags, who are you going to be drafted by? If you had a choice just between those two.
Jacksonville.
Johnny?
I want to go there.
Jacksonville. No, Raiders.
I think I just want to go to the Raiders because at least I know I have fans that give a shit. It'll kill for me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
the
thinking-
Jag
I'm
fans
just
just
thinking
because it's in my blood. I'm
weather-wise.
Mexican,
Yeah,
so
the
I have to.
I was going weather-wise.
The Jag fans, all they do is just watch, Red Zone on the big screen for the games. They don't care about their own team. At least you got, Raiders fans be like, "Bitch, we lost, but I'll kill you, bust you in the parking lot."
Actually, that's
Raiders fans are diehard.
They are. I gotta give
I
them credit.
hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
They're not that bad. I went to a playoff game in Oakland. When they
They
actually
get a bad rap.
When they actually, I think it was '95, the year of the Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens.
By the Baltimore.
won
we
the
don't. Yeah,
Super
we don't
Bowl.
speak that name on this
I
show.
believe
the
it was.
Baltimore
I
Ravens.
think it was '95. I think it was '95, wasn't it? Was it?
When?
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Or '05. '05. Maybe.
When they went to the
yeah,
Super Bowl.
'05. Yeah, when Baltimore won their Super Bowl. I went to a Miami Oakland playoff game
Okay.
at the Coliseum.
Okay.
Now if they're gonna get ramped up, it's gonna be for that game.
Yep.
They were actually pretty cool people, man. They're just there to dress up and act their part and have a good time and party. And I didn't see anything.
How drunk were you?
I was so fucking hungover.
That's what I'm saying.
I was so hungover.
Yeah.
As we partied the night before, and we took the BART under the bay and
Yeah, I know you did it.
popped up over there. And Dan and I are like, okay, who's buying the first beer, man?
Okay, so if you had to put a bet down, Jags or Raiders,
Getting to the playoffs
who will get
first?
to the playoffs first?
Jaguars.
Johnny,
Raiders.
They're
gonna figure things out.
You think so?
Yeah.
We're spending too much
Well,
time on the Raiders.
Because they're gonna move them back to LA, and then everything's gonna change.
Oh God, please don't. All right, back over there in our boy Johnny's town. I thought this guy retired. Kyle Orton's still a quarterback in the NFL, and he's going to be taking over the Buffalo Bills as E.J. Manuel is out
Again?
of the. They're just pulling him.
just
He's
pull him.
healthy. He just sucks at this point.
Really?
They're pulling E.J. Manuel.
Number 1 draft pick.
Yes.
That's it.
Kyle
Done?
Orton will be now in for the Buffalo Bills starting this season. So fantasy players, go out there and get him.
The
Kyle
thing is
Orton.
I think Buffalo.
Hey,
has
Sammy
that-
Watkins is like, at least some guy could throw me the ball. I mean, come on.
Well, here's the thing: is I think Buffalo is that type of town where they want that all-American boy
Yep.
who's throwing the football.
You have these pictures
and that
too,
was
Renee, if
Jim,
you could go through
Jim
them.
Kelly, Doug
Dude up.
Flutie, Drew Bledsoe. Like these were the guys that this town really wanted to work. And then I just don't think they're feeling it with this guy.
He can't throw, dude.
I don't
He
think,
can't
yeah,
throw.
I
He
think
has
Buffalo
no
fans
accuracy.
aren't taking him the same way.
Right.
And I think
They're
it's
not
because
embracing him.
Let's
or
just
supporting
say,
him.
Pops,
Yeah.
let's just
Different.
say he
I hear
makes
ya.
Geno
You know?
Smith look like a Pro Bowl quarterback. And we know how bad Geno Smith is, okay?
That's pretty sad.
Now check out this guy. Now we know
That's a
Pete.
number
now,
1 pick.
Now we know football players are
Wow.
ripped,
Orton's
right?
not bad though. I picked him up. I did.
Well, he's
I
certainly
have a
will.
feeling he's going to
Good
go
boy.
up.
He's there
So
for
I picked him
he's
up
there for
as
a
a-
reason.
as
He's
a backup.
He's still playing.
Now,
Dallas had him.
You're in shape, guy, right? You're in shape. You're looking good, right? You got some muscles, right, going
I'm
on?
being insult for my
Hey,
age.
but you can tell when some dude's on something. PEDs, whether
Yeah.
on steroids, something. If you could throw this picture up, Laurent Landry. Look at this. Check this dude out. The NFL just suspended Laurent Landry, the Colts safety, for 4 games after a PED violation. Is this guy not just? Is that not obvious? He looks like an action figure, Johnny. Like that is. Like, that's not human looking. And like,
just-
hey, dude, this is all natural, bro.
That's just
Oh,
yoked
is
out.
that
Is that
him holding it?
Yes.
Well, he's holding something.
Yeah,
holding
he's
a
holding-
supplement of some sort.
But Knocker, this guy is like, there's no way you can actually think this is natural. Yeah, but it's just all just, raw eggs, a lot of protein shakes. I get up.
A workout.
I'm part of that,
Hans and Franz?
300 club, 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups.
He's Hans and Franz.
Yeah, Hans and Franz.
Pump you up.
Yeah, stick something in my ass.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ridiculous, man. I'm telling you, just yoked up. So he's going to be suspended for 4 games.
So someone needs to tell him also that he can take a selfie with the camera actually facing him, not in the mirror, and the camera in his arm.
No.
Take up 20% of the.
Yeah, he's
Get a full body shot. bro.
yeah, he's
You
like
gotta get a full
he's in the
body
gym.
shot.
He's in the
It's like
gym.
me.
He's in the gym, and he's like,
I do not want to touch his ass. I want to make him talk.
yeah, want to
Yeah.
make him talk. All right, so
Let's
Laurent
get
Landry
more.
suspended for 4 games with the Colts. Last up here, if you didn't see the video, check it out. Geno Smith. We know how bad the Jets got beat over the weekend by the Lions. I know it was kind of close at the end there, but still, Lions had that game in hand for pretty much the whole game. Geno Smith, though, telling a heckling fan to fuck you. Big fuck you to a fan here. You're seeing the the childish, the immaturity coming out of Geno Smith here. We know how
Frustration.
hard the New York media can be on this kid. This kid's not going to make it, right? I mean, are we going to see Michael Vick here by the end of the season?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I agree.
Another number 1 bust.
Yep.
And that was a bad year for quarterbacks coming out. There really wasn't a whole lot
Yeah.
coming out in that
At the
draft,
video you're
but-
throwing up here, Steve Smith going off over the weekend against his former team here, the Panthers. As we know, they had a hard, leaving each other in the offseason. Steve Smith going to the Ravens, catches 2 touchdown passes, including this one. As you're watching us guys live, you can see the highlights. Catching off a deflection, his first pass here, and telling the crowd to shush it after the end here, Knocker. You love Steve Smith, kind of a receiver that I imagine you were in your heyday. Got a chip on his shoulder because everyone said he's too small, wasn't fast enough. And I love me some Steve Smith.
Gotta love it. Guy's a competitor. He just does. He just catches the ball.
I know you don't like the Ravens, but what are your thoughts on Steve Smith over the weekend? I mean, this guy's
Well, let's get it correct. Steve Smith Senior.
senior.
Okay.
Is that not the? I'm sorry, I do like him, but that is dumb.
He's
Don't put that on
rebranding.
your
He's
jersey.
rebranding.
Oh,
Okay.
he's not Kobe
Good for him.
Bryant.
No, I mean
He's Steve
I
Smith.
think-
Everyone has Smith on the back, I guess. He's like, I got to put the senior on there.
I think this was a game where he was like, I'm going back to my 10-year reunion, and I gotta look good
Yeah.
while I'm there, and he did.
Throw me the ball, man.
Yeah.
Showed up big time.
Get it to me, and
la-
so it worked out for him.
Lastly, I want to get your guys' opinion here. If you guys got a call, 818-435-8423, or tweet us at sportscast_THN.
Proto does chime in
Yeah.
on Laurent Landry. You guy looks like a cartoon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, you have to check this out. It's at thenewsportscrew.com. I mean, Johnny, his head looks like it's Barry Bonds, basically. It's Barry Bonds, like, with his small head. You know, have you ever seen the actual Mario Brothers movie where the dinosaur guys have, like, the little heads and they're walking around the trooper? Like, the Super Mario Brothers movie. You've never seen it. Thank you.
I get it. I
You
think
know
he
what I'm
looks more
saying.
like one of those old X-Men.
Someone on
action
Twitter
figures.
chime in. If you've seen the actual Mario Brothers movie, you know what I'm
He
talking
looks
about.
like a WWF figure. That's what
Yeah.
he looks like.
Well, let's check this out, guys. This is something that
G.I.
happened over
Joe,
the
maybe.
weekend. Actually, on Monday night, Hussein Abdullah, a Muslim player
No
for,
shit.
for the
God bless
Chiefs.
No shit.
He's French.
Sam Abdullah's a Muslim.
I thought he was fucking
A.
Chinese.
Wow.
Got a penalty.
Learn something new every
Got a
day.
penalty on Monday night for the Chiefs after intercepting the ball, running into the end zone here. Does a prayer, which is on his knees as a typical Muslim prayer, I guess, would be. Gets a penalty for it. And now the NFL says he shouldn't have had a penalty. What are your thoughts on players doing prayers in the end zones? Check this out. Can you throw it up for me again? Because Knocker, have you seen this?
No.
Have you not seen this
I
video
was in
before?
Palm Springs, bro, knocking it out.
Okay.
I did not watch the
Okay,
game.
wait. Now we know TD celebration. We've seen it before. He goes in the end zone. You know how they go to their knees to kiss the ground, as Muslims would do in their prayer, which I have nothing against. I have nothing against that at all. I don't even think this should have been a penalty. I think the NFL, like they said, was wrong of the ref. What are your thoughts here on a player doing that? We've seen a kicker after he makes a kick do the sign of the cross. We've seen a batter hit a home run, say pointing up to Jesus. What's the
from that-
difference? He's not hurting anybody.
From that perspective that you just gave, then yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm just tired of all that. I'm tired of the. I'm not a fan of that.
It's okay if Tebow
I'm a
does
Jerry.
it,
I'm a
but
Jerry
if
Rice
this guy does it.
The
it's
greatest
not okay.
receiver in the
Act
history
like
of
you've
the
been there
NFL,
before, that's-
Lynn
yeah.
Swan, all the greats, all the Hall of Famers didn't do that shit.
Here's the thing.
They
is-
didn't have to.
What do
here's-
you- go.
We all know you scored, man. We all know you scored. Just give the ball to the ref and let's move on.
This is ignorance on the ref's side.
Yes.
This is all this is. If anybody should get fined, it's probably the ref who should get fined.
Yep.
For not knowing about this
Not
and maybe
understanding
saying
what it was.
Yeah, correct. I mean, as far as a religion goes, hey, players might do this. Make sure you don't flag it. When they're going through their training, it's like there's different things that can happen. So this, I
Now,
think, is,
I'm going to throw this question at you, though, because it's going to throw it to a turn here. Now, seen as 9/11, with we know what happened with the Middle East and how there's a little thought towards Muslims here. What if a guy threw up a Heil Hitler sign from Germany? Is that any different than going down and kissing the ground like a Muslim?
100%,
Is that different? Okay,
100%.
I just wanted to throw that out
because
there.
one is religious, the other one was
Following a psychopath.
Yeah,
okay. I just wanted to get that
was not a
comparison.
religion
Okay.
that's thousands of years old.
I agree.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw that little comparison out there. So
I
agree.
just want to do this.
I mean,
Yeah.
My
mom is half German.
Now, counterpoint.
Yeah.
Jane, you incredibly ignorant slut.
Wow.
Saturday Night Live. That's
can-
original Saturday Night Live for all you people.
You're
who
the
are
one that comes into this
younger
show
than
and
30.
says, "Hey guys, we need to stop cussing so much."
I didn't cuss. I didn't say one cuss word.
And they said that on TV back in the
Yeah,
day.
that was. But
Just want to say, clean up your mouth.
to your point, the guy can do the Hitler thing,
Yep.
right? But I guarantee you, he won't be in uniform the following week.
Yeah.
I mean, freedom of speech is freedom of speech. He's free to do that wherever,
So you think the
whenever.
But he is
But he's going to
can
pay
get
the
fined too.
price.
He can get fined too.
Exactly.
So the Chiefs are going to let him go?
Oh no! I said if some guy did the Hitler thing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This right
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
no. This is if that was his intention.
Yeah.
To thank God for his success, then more power to him.
I agree, man.
Awesome.
Come on,
I think
NFL.
they're
It's getting
looking,
a little ridiculous.
Yeah, the NFL I think is looking for another player to hit a woman, so then they get off of this.
Well played,
just-
Renee.
They
Take
just want to
that,
get off of this.
Somebody
again.
beat somebody up.
Somebody,
All right. Well,
somebody beat a kid or something.
you can cut it, Renee. That's been the
And
news.
by the
and
way,
notes.
switch.
has Roger Goodell uttered 4 words in the last week and a half? Because I have not seen one word come out of this guy's mouth.
No, we haven't
Nothing?
heard anything since. Nope.
I mean, I've been out of touch. I've been,
No,
moving and
not
and this
really.
and that. I've been kind of out of touch.
Not really.
so.
Everything's kind of calmed down since the
It's
Adrian
his-
Peterson, Ray Rice stories that they're kind of just hashing themselves. Adrian Peterson goes to court in a week, so we'll kind of know more about his situation. But other than that,
But
Roger Goodell.
he's still hiding, right? He's
It's
still
his,
on the
it's
ground.
in his best interest to stay low.
Yeah,
right
absolutely.
now.
He's doing
I
what he
agree.
should. He's
I
doing
think.
what he should. So, all right, Knocker, as we know, we had a big college weekend.
Yes, and we're getting into the
past
meat of the
Saturday.
schedule. The SEC's actually going to play people.
All right.
Yay! Alabama's
Big weekend.
actually leaving Tuscaloosa this week.
The kids like it.
Man, we had a showdown in the desert. Some of the luster was off. Taylor Kelly was hurt for then number 16 Arizona State playing UCLA. A Pac-10 showdown. UCLA just dropped 62 points on him, man. 62-27. ASU had this game early in the first half. They were looking good right before halftime, going in for the go-ahead touchdown and or the tying field goal. And the guy throws a pick six, 95-yard pick six, which not only turns the game around, but takes my fucking money with him.
Brett Hundley looked really good.
He took my money 95 yards the other way, but UCLA and Hundley looked fantastic.
Very good.
You had Florida State in a thriller with North Carolina State. Now, North Carolina State pays this team very well each year, but Jameis Winston made some mistakes. Jimbo Fisher actually got up into his face on a late interception. They were down, I believe, 24-7, something like that. Come back and win 56-41. A&M and Arkansas. We talked about Arkansas before.
Yeah,
Arkansas
Razorbacks,
was in the
You
absolute
thought they might be back.
crapper. They were in the crapper 2 years ago. Brett Bielema leaves Wisconsin last year. They do okay. This year, Arkansas is for real. They gave Texas A&M everything they wanted at Texas A&M.
Yes, they did.
Had them by 14 in the
Good
fourth
game.
quarter. Lost in overtime.
Right.
Great game. Arkansas's on the way up. Texas A&M is a good win for them. Good
Yeah.
gutsy win for them. Michigan football.
Pops, it's been
Where
a very.
have you gone?
I haven't gotten laid in like 2 weeks, man. I'm telling you. All my
Minnesota.
wife's depressed.
Minnesota goes into the big house and physically
They're riding on campus here.
beats up
Yeah.
Michigan 30-14. I've never seen Minnesota beat
Brady
Michigan.
Hoke questionably putting in a quarterback that could have a concussion.
That was bad.
Really
that
bad.
That was bad. A lot of heat. He's
Says
got to
there's
go.
some miscommunications. I think he's done. He should be gone by the end of the season. Could we see Harbaugh? We'll see what happens with the Niners.
He's got to go. But I don't think Michigan has won. I mean, I don't think Minnesota's won in Michigan in 40 years. 50 years.
Knock,
even.
I'm telling you, man, I'm lucky that I'm getting paid right now.
Yeah, Little Brown Jug goes to Minnesota. South Carolina.
You got
can't
3
get it.
minutes. I gave you 5. We worked it out. We have a whole 5-minute song for you.
Nice. I love. Really?
Yeah, we worked it out before the show.
Attaboy. Missouri coming off that shocking loss to Indiana at home the week before.
Yep.
Goes to South Carolina, who I thought was on their way back, and pulls out a 21-20 victory over South Carolina. I don't know what to make of the Cox this year.
God, those
Cox
Cox not
are
looking
ups and down.
good.
They're up and down, in and out. You just can't get a grip
Just
on
ugly
the Cox.
Cox. I mean,
Can't get a grip on Cox football. You had Georgia. Tennessee gave Georgia a good
run.
fight.
Yeah.
But Todd Gurley, he's my Heisman Trophy winner right
Awesome.
now. Unbelievable. Rushed, I think, for 228 yards, something like that. The guy's phenomenal.
Yep.
To me, he's the Heisman Trophy
I agree with you.
front runner right now. As far as this week's games go, you have Arizona going to number 2, going to Austin
That's going to be
Stadium
a really good game.
to play Oregon.
Tomorrow night.
ASU ruined Oregon's season last year.
23.5-point spread, Knocker. I was talking to you before the show here. I kind of like Zona just because I think they have the offense keep up with them. Oregon
I
has
do
not
too.
been covering the spread lately.
I agree with
I
you.
think
Oregon,
I think Oregon wins, but more like by 17, 14 points rather than by 24.
they've had shootouts and very close games. Arizona's going to score some points. I'm very interested to see what the over is, but yeah, I like those 24
Now we got
points.
some top 10 matchups.
SEC is in full swing now.
Big time.
SEC is in full swing. You have number 6 Texas A&M going to the surprise team to me in the SEC, other than
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State. Yes, Mississippi State went into LSU a couple weeks ago.
We're going to
Big
see
win.
who's for real right now. It's a 2-point spread. Even Vegas can't tell.
Exactly. A&M's going down to Mississippi State. Tough place to play. And you got number 3 Alabama leaving home for the first time.
Miss. It's first time College Game Day is going to be there.
They are heading to Mississippi to play Ole Miss. Number 11, Ole
Knocker,
Miss.
7.5-point spread. I don't think this game's close.
You think Alabama's going
I
to
think
drill 'em?
Alabama drills them. They drilled them last year. I'm not a big fan of Bo. What's his name? Bo Wallace over
Bo
there.
Wallace,
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him. He hasn't looked very good this season at times. I think Alabama goes into this game and they win 31-20 against Ole Miss.
Wow,
I
check
like
you
Bama to
out.
roll. I think they cover the spread, 7.5.
Man, the whole state, well, other than the Mississippi State fans, obviously, but Mississippi is waiting. They're waiting. And remember, Alabama hasn't left home,
I know.
and Kiffin calls their place. Enough said.
Enough said.
Okay.
What else going on?
In my opinion, the team that's played the most consistent football all year long are the Oklahoma Sooners. They go to TCU. TCU always a tough place to play.
Yeah,
They're
it's gonna be
number
a good game.
25. That's a good game.
The horn frogs out there? The
Yeah.
horn toads or horn
horn
frogs?
frogs,
Okay,
yeah.
horn frogs.
You got number 7 Baylor taking their high-powered offense.
Yeah, it's
to
going to be
Texas.
interesting. Texas, yeah, it's always a good game.
I do not know what Texas is about. I have no
13.5-point spread, I think, is on that game.
I would go with Baylor in that
Yeah,
one.
I would go with Baylor, too.
Out here, Stanford is going to travel to South Bend to take on number 9.
I actually like
Notre
the
Dame.
Irish in that game.
Yeah, this is a good rival. This is one of the best rivalries. There's building up into a
5
very
point
good
spread,
rivalry.
I think, on that one.
In the Pac-10, you got ASU going to USC. Just because I'm a USC fan, I had to mention
That's
the game.
a -9 spread. Pops, -9 spread. Do they cover?
Does SC cover? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Arizona State's in
It's like
disarray
9 or
without their
10, yeah.
quarterback. You've got the Utah coming off the stunning home loss
Yeah.
to Washington State. Washington State, though, played
The
Oregon
Cougars.
very, very well, and the referee blew that game for them. They've got a good thing going on up there over in Coup Country, and then out in the Big 10, excuse me.
Wait, we call it the Little 10 now. the Little 10.
It really is a who cares conference right now.
stinks.
Absolutely. But you got Nebraska, number 19 Nebraska,
Yep.
traveling to Spartytown. They go to number
Okay.
9 Michigan State.
Should roll them up.
With that defense, Michigan State, they
I
do
still
score
like
points.
State,
It's going to be
yeah.
interesting, but Nebraska traditionally plays them very well. It's going to be a very good game to watch.
Okay. All right. That's good. Did you like the extra time? How we
I
put
do,
that in
so
there
I
for
don't
you?
have to-
We
I don't
appreciate
have
it.
to-
We got it. Rush through it.
Yeah,
like a little
thank you
closing.
very much. I appreciate
Just
that.
thank our wonderful producer, Johnny Icebox. Can I get the kids saying hooray over there for the Johnny Icebox? There we go
Yeah,
for Johnny.
raise
Look,
your-
he's not even paying attention. He's got his headphones off.
Raised you for
I'm working on
24.
something.
Raised you for 24 years. I get 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
You're
guy.
welcome. Hey, we put some production into this show. Some more production coming in.
I
Hey,
appreciate
hey,
my
Mexican
5.
Minute, are you ready over there?
I don't
What
get to
are
do
they, Helms?
NASCAR
I'm ready.
Hang on,
anymore.
let me get you started in here with the Mexican Minute. Here we go. Got the baseball playoffs coming up right now.
now 'cause I love this segment.
It's the Baseball Mexican Minute here on the Sportscast NFL Game Day show.
Big week of baseball this week. So it was the end of the regular season. I went to the game on Sunday.
How about that game last night, man? The Royals? I stayed up all night to watch that game. They thought they were down. I fall asleep. My wife's like, hey, get up. They're about to tie. I was like, really? About to tie?
They came from behind and won 98.
Yeah, I was like, give me a shot tequila. Let's get this game on. She falls asleep. I see 13th inning. They go, oh, they're down by 1 run.
You do that rather well, I
Thank
would say.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You look like that hurts to do that, though.
I think I just grabbed my pants.
my pants. Hey, Holmes, I can do it in this voice. Hey, Jordan Zimmer of the Nats
Give it to
doing
me.
no
Yeah.
later.
Last game.
First career day. Yeah,
Hey,
the last
what
game of the season.
I guess what a catch by the outfielder in that Nationals
Oh
game.
yeah, what's his
shot
last
of the
name?
week.
Souza,
I
some
got
like
shot of the week, yeah.
who's a rookie or whatever.
Keep going.
Anyways, tomorrow Tigers O's game 1 of the ALDS. I'm rooting for the O's.
You going to O's?
I'm going O's.
Okay,
dude.
we got Royals Angels on Thursday.
Yep. Dodgers Cards game 1 of the NLDS on Friday.
Okay.
Of course, I got the Dodgers. Ryu and D. Gordon are going to be back from being injured, so they should start in game 1.
Like the Dodgers in that
And
one.
tonight, right now as we speak, Giants Pirates are playing in the wild card game, the second one. I just checked. San Francisco's is up 4-0.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I had the Pirates thinking winning that game.
they
They
can come
still
back though.
might.
Look at
Hey,
last night's
look
game.
at last
but
night.
I kind of want to see though a Dodgers Giants like
Ooh,
in
that
LCS.
would
I
be
kind of want to
amazing.
see that. I kind of want to see that, and then I kind of want to see.
so sick.
And shout out to JuicyWhip.com. I really want to see the Tigers and the Angels because I know I'm going to the game because my father-in-law loves the Tigers, so I know I'll be able to go to the game. Go Tigers!
So that was the Mexican Minute of this week.
Tigers.
Thank you, Mexican Minute.
Yeah,
Seriously, that just gets better every week with you.
Let him
try to
go
be
with
more-
it, though. You guys kept talking over him.
I'm sorry, I got it.
I tried to be more professional.
but
Look, I
Bud
printed
cut it-
out
Bud
my
cut it
paper
off.
today. I printed out what I was going to talk
Sorry,
about.
I got into the music.
I only asked him about the outfielder in the catch, man. This
I know, I took
No,
it.
I know.
guy's
I saw-
stepping
yeah,
all
I know,
over him.
I know.
Sorry.
you need to shut up, eh?
Yeah, man.
Just shut up, eh? You got the whole rest of the show. Give him 1 minute.
Yeah.
I heard Cheech and Chong on the Heidi and Frank show, and I got into the Cheech and Chong mode.
1 minute, and you're
It
trying to
wasn't the
steal
part
that,
Mexican
eh?
minute.
Seriously.
It wasn't the half white.
half
yeah.
white, half Mexican
Mexican
minute.
Do you want to give us 1 minute and just while you step all over him for the whole 30 seconds, dude? Just shut up for once.
I'm not going to try and do a voice like that because I can't. All right, what do we got next?
Just stupid.
Oh, we got his
Don't be so
breaks. We got breaks. We
stupid.
got breaks, and
Sure.
refilling our drinks. So
Stupid.
make sure you guys have any fancy questions. Lawrence Brooks will be back with us after the break. 818-435-8423 is the number. Tweet us at sportscast_THN. Knocker's on the Twitter right now, so he'll be answering all your fancy questions when we come back.
Well, he won't.
Well,
but
he won't.
Lawrence
Lawrence will
I'll
be,
just
thank
state,
God.
I'll just state the questions.
Yeah, he'll be
Lawrence will
reading
answer.
Yeah, and Johnny Icebox going from the leaderboard, dropping like 4 spots
Like
over
a
the
rock,
weekend.
Like a rock.
Dropping it like Miley Cyrus does her dances
Attaboy.
when we get back after this on the Sportscast.
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war, you can talk the guy, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock, you can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you go find yourself. Standing in the Hall of Fame, yeah. And the world's gonna know your name, yeah. 'Cause you burn with the brightest flame, yeah. And the world's gonna know your name, yeah. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame.
Welcome back to the Sportscast, NFL Game Day show. Live from the beautiful Icebox Studios. Thank you, Renee, on the ones and twos. Johnny Icebox over there. Oh, he's getting his medicine in before his picks, his wonderful picks from last week. If you guys want to call the show today, 818-435-8423. We've got our Week 5 picks coming up, our Fancy Boom Bust with Lawrence Brooks in the house. Lawrence, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
What's going on? At LB said on Twitter, our fantasy guru, Lawrence Brooks, who is 4-0, the only undefeated team in our Sportscast Fantasy League. How you feel about that, Lawrence?
Man, I had to redeem myself from last year. I don't even think I made the playoffs, which was a cock a bull. But we have to come back and crank it up a notch. So we're here. We're taking no prisoners.
No prisoners.
Whip my ass.
Whip your ass, huh? We have another call, Renee?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we do. Do you know who it is? Or area code?
The 714 area code.
714 area code. Well, we're going to get your Shot of the Week award brought to you by PWCI Construction. Check them out at pwconstructioninc.com, the official sponsor of Shot and Shit of the Week award. Make sure you guys send us yours at sportscast_THN. Knocker will get to all the tweets right after we get to our shots of the week.
Okay.
Let's take the caller real quick. Who we got in the line here from, what is it, 714?
714.
714, you're on line with the Sportscast. Who we got?
Guru, yo, this is Jeff, man. What's happening, brother?
What's up, dude?
Jeff, I'm gonna bring you in with this.
What? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there, baby.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Chilling out, man. Just tuning in right now, man. Figured I'd give you guys a call up, man. Say what's up.
Yeah, we were just talking about you earlier. We had a great time over the weekend playing golf with you. Me and Johnny did, man. Good time. Say shout out to your buddy as well. He's a really cool dude. Both Jeffs, right? There's two Jeffs out there.
Yeah.
Me and Johnny at first were like, dude, what's this other dude's name? I forgot his name. You know how you introduce people, you know? And you're like, dude, what's this other guy's name? I forget. He's like, Jeff. Like, wait, he said Jeff. Wait, did they both Jeff? Dude, I was way off. What's his name, man? Yeah.
And this Jeff kept going, motherfucker, or this dude.
Yeah,
or,
really.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
I was waiting for you to like.
Yeah, we're trying to hit him.
Yeah.
We're like, say, hey, Jeff, what's your buddy got? He's like, oh, well, this guy's got this dickhead. This dickhead's got -10. So great.
Wow.
That's so great.
But Jeff, man, thanks for calling in. We're gonna get to our Pigskin picks in just a little bit. You got a shot of the week though coming up. You want to give a cheers
hell
up?
yeah, man. I got my shot up for the Raiders getting rid of that fucking coach, man. Jesus Christ.
There it is.
Thank God.
Wow.
He's done 10 straight losses for the Raiders. I mean, we were talking about this at the very beginning. You just missed this because we actually had Raider talk for 3 minutes on this show.
We did.
About what the Raiders are going to do.
Enough.
I mean,
You gotta love Raider fans. The only thing they've had to cheer about this year is this.
It's really. Thank God. Oh, that's well played, Knocker. I got to give you a double dig. All right, Jeff. Well, you know what? I'm gonna give.
All right, boys. Hey, you guys have a great night, man. Enjoy your night tomorrow night as well.
Yeah,
all
we're
right,
gonna go
thank
out.
you.
We're gonna go out again soon, buddy.
Yeah, definitely. That was good times.
Yeah, all right, brother.
I will talk to you
All
soon.
right.
Thanks, Jeff. All right, good. Yeah, let's good times with him. So, what do you got for shot of the week here, Knocker?
Well, first, Joe at EJO Joe 2 has his shot of the week for Paul Konerko. I guess he retired.
Yes, he did.
From the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah,
Gets overlooked because
he's
of
going to go in the Ring of Fame. Yeah.
Very overlooked. This guy lasted a long time. I remember when he first came up with the Dodgers, he was a phenom with the Dodgers, and they made a trade early in his career, and he was just an anchor at first base and then DH for the Chicago White Sox. I think at least one World Series, if not two.
Yeah.
Good hitter, home run hitter. So farewell to him, class act.
Okay.
My shot of the week has to go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, wow.
It has to go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You just had to throw that in Johnny's face. You're like,
no,
right in Johnny's face.
No, this is nothing personal, but I mean,
can you
when
throw
you
up,
have it,
Renee? Can you throw up the last play here? You have it there. The Pittsburgh losing.
But when you have a team that a week before
there you go.
Was embarrassed.
Check this out. This is how they're Johnny. Watch this video. You remember this replay over the weekend?
I saw this.
Remember
play.
Yeah.
You had a bad day.
You are awesome, Renee. You just made my fucking day right now. Lawrence, you gotta like that, right? I mean, you even tweeted us, Lawrence. Even at Johnny, you're like, you called this. You said, don't look out. This game's gonna be a lot closer than you think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't think the Steelers were going to get beat. I gave them a little more credit than that, but
Yeah, he said
I can't say that I'm shocked. I've seen it coming with Shazier out and Ike Taylor out. They're already limited athletically on defense, and then with Mike Evans and Vincent Jackson and Safarian Jenkins, UW Husky, go Huskies. When I seen what was coming at them, I knew that they were going to have problems. I just didn't think the problems was going to equate to a win.
Yeah. So
Typical Steelers, big wins and a big loss.
Hey, Lawrence, if you hadn't so thoroughly kicked my ass in fantasy, I would not drop this on you. But how'd your Huskies do this week?
The important thing is that I won in fantasy. I'm 4-0. That's what's most important here, Bud Knocker, is that I'm 4-0 in our fantasy league. I have no control over the Huskies.
Duck the question. Nice job. Duck the question. Very nice.
Lawrence, that's fantastic. That's just good show right there. That's fantastic. All right.
Okay, well,
let's run through them quick.
My other shot of the week goes to assistant strength coach at Ohio State University, Anthony Schlegel, for dropping the hammer on Anthony Wonder.
You can check it out at thenewsportscrew.com. Yeah, we had the video up. It's one of our biggest videos of the week so far.
Dude, he slammed him down WWF style and then picked him up by the neck like a little puppy dog and dragged his ass off the field. Don't go on the field.
Yeah. You know what the Ohio State coach should have done? He's like, after he slammed him down.
So the Buckeyes gave him their Hit of the Week award.
Okay.
And what have you. They had a little talk. I mean, this guy's trying to lawsuit and whatever.
No, whatever. Dude, don't run the field.
You
You're
run
a
on
problem.
the field.
Yeah.
These takes me back.
Who knows if you had a bomb on you or whatever?
This takes me back to the days of the old Baltimore Colts and Mike Curtis back in the 70s. A fan ran on the field, and Mike Curtis, middle linebacker, just tore this
Dropped
guy
him.
up.
Nice.
And my shit of the week goes to Michigan football.
Merry Christmas! Dinner was full!
Come on, Michigan, man. Come on.
You just lost Juice Whip as a sponsor.
and to Dennis Allen, who you just could not get it done, bro.
Yeah, really.
That was just a terrible job coaching.
Renee.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute.
No. What do you have?
You fucked up
More?
the rotation,
we already
man.
have, we need to get going on picks.
Me and Peppy Pants have to share this one. It's your mom's birthday. Hello.
Of course, the shot of the week.
Nice.
For Wendy and myself.
Okay.
My shot of the week goes out
it.
to Josh Willingham of the Royals and the Royals, the Kansas City Royals. Josh Willingham, not a well-known baseball player, but he is retiring this year along with Paul Konerko and Derek Jeter.
Okay.
My shit of the week goes to Michael Phelps getting his second DUI over the weekend.
So awesome.
Bad boys, bad boys.
I know it's so bad, but it's something about it is kind of cool in a way where you're like this Olympic guy just can't get his shit together.
He just doesn't give a shit, yeah.
He can't just fucking run
Renee,
a taxi.
great ones this week. I
No
like
shit,
that,
dude.
Thank you. I
No
appreciate
kidding.
it.
Get
What
a
do you got,
taxi.
Johnny?
Man, jeez. Let's see. The U.S. lost in the Ryder Cup.
Not good.
The Steelers lost. My picks blew.
So you had a bet.
It's more like a bad week.
Man.
But, I did see something really cool with J.J. Watt. I watched this video online, and I don't know if people have seen it, but if you go online and search J.J. Watt, and this dude, he just does so much for his community.
Yeah,
he does.
And this was such
Yes,
an
he
inspirational
does.
video
Good job, Johnny.
that I feel like a complete shitbag because I would barely even help Bud move for 3 hours on a Saturday.
He gave me an hour and a half.
Yeah. I was like, Bud, and I'm not lifting anything.
The whole way, Pops.
I'm not lifting anything heavy.
We're golfing. I'm like, I'm feeling sore. He's like, yeah, it must have sucked moving that last load, right?
Oh, Johnny's awesome. Johnny's awesome, man. We moved the refrigerator in, and all we got to do is put the doors on, right? Everybody else is lifting all the furniture out of the trucks, and Johnny's like, hey, Bud, I'll do this. I'll get the doors on.
Yeah,
man.
might as well.
You go ahead and do what you do. So he put 4 screws in the door for the refrigerator.
Well, we're all
While
moving
you guys
the
are all moving all the furniture.
We got 4
in.
dudes moving the
Someone's
couch.
got to do it.
That was slick.
All right.
But anyways,
Okay.
J.J. Watt, I mean, the guy
Nice.
does amazing things.
Very nice.
And,
You're right about
watch
that.
this video. Go online, watch it. It's just, I mean, the guy does amazing
Like it.
things.
All right, my shot of the week, again, brought to you by PWCI Construction. Check them out, pwconstructioninc.com. It's going to be for Steven Souza, who made the amazing catch you talked about earlier on Jordan Zimmerman's no-hitter for the last game of the season. You have the video
have it?
here. Yeah. You have the video. Go ahead and throw it up. Well, that's Zimmerman celebration. Do the one before that. That's Zimmerman. Yeah, here it is. Check it out, thenewsportscrew.com. Live right now on Ustream at Icebox Studios. You can watch all
For
these
the
videos.
last out of the game to save the no-hitter.
That's unbelievable. That's something that'll go down in history right there. No-hitter last game of the season, and that saves it on a Jim Edmonds type catch in the outfield. So a big shout out to
And that
the
guy's
Nationals.
a rookie. He only played like 7 games with the Nationals.
Yeah, Steven Souza, you get my shot of the week. And also for the Royals, just for last night, that was just magical.
And I got to say, this for me, this is awesome. Because back in the 70s, back in the day, when the Royals and the Angels were rivals in the same division.
Yep.
And they
You
went
talk about George
head-to-head.
Brett going through up and downs.
They went head-to-head every year. So it's great to see them back
All
in.
right, so we got shots up again. Throw the music on
What
for
about
us.
Lawrence?
Here we
Oh,
go.
Lawrence.
Oh, Lawrence. All right, Lawrence, you have one. I forgot to get you, man. Do you got a shot before we go here?
No, I can't say that I have.
Hey, Cowboys,
I guess I should give it to the Cowboys for taking down the Saints.
Yeah, baby. That's what I like to hear. All right.
And by the way, Lawrence, Peppy chimes in. You're 4-0 because you haven't faced her yet. So
All right.
she's just laying a
So
smack
she's just
down
laying
on
the
you
smack
already.
down,
man.
all right. So
Tell Peppy, I know that's just tough love. I love her too, but hey, it's only business. It's not personal.
all right, fellas. If you guys got questions, we're gonna get into week 5 picks.
I do have some questions here.
435-8423. Knocker's got the questions when they get to the game that the player's relevant. We'll talk about it, Knocker. So keep on track of that if you can. Again, send us your tweets at sportscast_THN. Here we go, fellas. Get your grunts on. Week 5 in the NFL. Man, what a start it has been. There's a couple teams I am just blown away by. Who dat Saints really 1-3 right now?
Yeah. What an embarrassing loss.
Washington
What an absolute
Redskins, you
embarrassing
thought
loss.
Kirk Cousins was the answer? I don't think so. And a Vikings team. Teddy Bridgewater coming out, making a show, beating the Falcons. Man, that Falcons defense is bad. But getting our Week 5 picks here. After Week 1 on the leaderboard here, I'm going to get to it in just a second. Johnny Icebox, you did not have a good week after being in second last week. Do you have any explanations? I think you got 5 right. Is that correct? Am I reading that?
I talked a
I
lot.
like that. Can you play that one more time for me? I like that.
I talked a lot of shit last week.
Yes.
I think that's probably I did exactly what the Steelers do. Go in talking a lot of game, being real cocky. I was doing really good. I just blew it.
No, I'm really, you look at your score. I'm looking at the leaderboards right here. 11. You went 11, 9, 12, and then 5.
Lord.
Johnny's song of the day.
The Lord.
Dude, that is now that's now a bet for the show forever.
It is.
The Lord has a way of humbling you, Johnny.
At the top, though, real quick, we're getting our picks in our leaderboard up for $200 Visa card at the end of the season here. We got MX811 with the leader here at 40 correct. He's by himself. We got Panzas 323 at 39. Big Steve 1977 at 39. And Mr. Awesome. Shout out to you and Irish. Who knew? The 2 drunkest dudes that listen to the show are up at the top of the leaderboard here. I love it. Midway Monsters, Orlando Packers at 37. As far as the show goes, we have the Colonel. Throw it out to him at 37, so he's 3 back.
Attaboy.
I'm 4 back at 36. Johnny Icebox is at 37. Let me get to the second page for Knocker. I can't get, hang on. There's a lot of scrolling. No, actually, Knocker, you moved up a little bit.
This asshole. Man.
Knocker, you're 7 back. You literally have to, like,
bad.
hope that people don't enter their picks to get, you know.
It's not bad, but I'm now on that page where I have to take chances. Definitely.
Yeah, you got to take
there
some
quick.
chances. Lawrence, where are you at here? Are you on your screen name? What screen name are you under?
I don't think I'm in the Pigskin Pick'em. I don't think I put in my picks. I don't think I've been actively involved in it.
Well, you're just too good
Wow.
to do it. All right. Well, he's just too good for
Okay.
us. Okay. All right. Throw me on some background.
It was just a miscommunication thing. I didn't end up doing it for whatever reason,
It's
and
okay.
then now I'm just doing them live on the show.
That's
Can't
right.
get any better than live and in color.
That's right. And Lawrence is going to be at our event tomorrow, so it's going to be fun.
Is he really?
Yeah, Lawrence is coming out after work. Yeah.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yep.
Lawrence, it's going to be fun times tomorrow. Islands Restaurant, West Covina. All right, throw me out some music. Here we go. Thursday Night Football. Make sure I'm turned up here. Here we go.
Vikings versus Packers.
Oh, man, the NFC North showdown. Packers. Aaron Rodgers comes out last week, says relax, proves his point. Vikings,
Gotta
Teddy
love
Bridgewater, big game against the Falcons, wins the game, but has a little injury, might play this week. We'll see. Vikings are on the road. It's 9-point spread right now in Vegas. Knocker, I'm going to throw it to you real quick. Packers, Vikings tomorrow night. What do you got?
Where's the game at?
In Green Bay.
Oh, you have to go Green Bay at home.
Okay, Green Bay at home in this one.
Bridgewater's got the bad ankle.
Yeah, I agree with you.
They're down to one quarterback. If he gets hurt,
yeah,
they're in trouble. But
I like what I see though. I like.
Oh, they're building
Bridgewater's
something good.
got. Yeah, I like
Bridgewater's a good quarterback. You know, I liked him at Louisville. I was
I
riding
did.
that Louisville train. That's going
You were.
Now I do have a question from Eric Robles.
Yeah. For LB, let's go, Lawrence.
He's
This
got
one's for you.
a question. Adrian Peterson and Fitzgerald, are they droppable in fantasy football, or should you keep them?
I would keep Larry Fitzgerald. Adrian Peterson is droppable at this point. I mean, we're not getting any news about him. And, I mean, what are you really holding him for? I mean, it's in hopes that he comes back. But right now, you need a roster spot, and it's too much uncertainty surrounding his situation.
There you go.
I agree. All right. Johnny, I'm going to throw it to you. Packers.
I'm
Vikings.
taking the Packers, but I'm going to have my face in an Islands burger. So.
That's right. I'm going to go with the Packers in this one, 31-20. Lawrence, I'll throw it to you. Packers, Vikings. You going to round it out?
Yeah, I got Packers in this one. I think it's a little closer than people think, but it's going to be Packers.
Okay, who you got as your
fantasy beast?
Who you got?
My fantasy beast in this game is Jordy Nelson. I mean, he's highly targeted. Seems like no one can defend him, and he's going to be at home, so I got Jordy.
My
All
boy
right.
Jordy.
As we know, The Walking Dead coming up in 2 weeks. Who you guys your
fantasy zombie?
Who's you guys your zombie?
My fantasy zombie in this game has got to be Cordell Patterson. I mean, they just aren't finding enough creative ways to get him to football, where it is that he's not running his routes as precise as maybe they would like, and also the added attention plus the subpar quarterback play. Looks like they're going to be a run-dominant team, so he might break off a couple of big ones, but that's more lottery ticket than for certain.
I agree. All right, next up here, a Texas showdown.
Texans versus Cowboys.
Texans versus Cowboys here.
Good game.
Good game here. It's going to be in Big D at Jerry's World. Cowboys at home in this one. Hey, man, what can you say? I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm not going to toad about them too much because I'm just going to hopefully bet against them every week. I took the Saints and Pick'ems last week, and you know what? I'm like Lawrence. It's like, why not pick against them every week? It works. And you know what I figured? I'm not cutting the hair until the Cowboys lose.
Hey, Josh, we're not picking the Cowboys all year.
That's what I'm
we're
saying.
Keep this thing rolling until they prove otherwise.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Great.
Knocker, what do you got?
Can you imagine the tailgating going down at this game? Can you imagine the slabs of beef,
the ribs,
barbecued, and
so
the
many
parking
cows
lot
just going to be
of
roasted?
This game, there's a lot of dead cattle this weekend in the state of Texas for this one, man. Surprising Texas 3-1, man.
Yeah.
Should have kept their defense. I played the Bears defense and really had a good week this week.
Yep.
You got to go with Dallas though. Maybe they are for real, man. You got to go with Dallas at home.
I agree with you, Johnny Box. What do you got in this one, man?
I got Dallas.
You got
at
Dallas. I'm going to go Dallas in this one as well. I know you don't want me to pick against them here, but I really do think that the Cowboys get it done in this game. And I know, like you said, Lawrence, don't hop back on the train because they're just going to hurt me, but I'm hopping back on. I got the Cowboys. What do you got?
Hey, go the Texans got this game. I don't
You know what?
I don't know how the
changing it.
Cowboys can win this game. I mean, they don't have a defense. I don't know if they're going to run the football.
Listen to
He's
He's sacrificing one pick.
I think the Texans pulled this one out.
I think I'm blindsided by the way that, like, Josh has been hyping up his Cowboys. I'm blindsided.
So you going
I can't
Texans?
be- I'm going Texans.
Are you
I'm
going
changing
Texans?
it.
You're changing.
I'm changing it.
Oh, my God.
Back that ass up.
Yeah.
All right.
Everything I'm saying is in sarcasm font. So
Yeah, exactly. I
you
got
guys
it.
could
We'll take it for what it is, exactly. Who you guys your
Fantasy beast.
Who's your beast in this one?
Fantasy beast is DeMarco Murray. Look what Rashad Jennings did to the Houston Texans defense.
Yep.
And now they get DeMarco. Good luck.
All right, Arian Foster in this one. Coming back from injury last week, played some, had a decent game for being injured. Arian Foster, man, is this guy someone you need to maybe start looking to trade, see what you can get for him, or do you think Arian Foster, if you have him, you're kind of stuck with him and you got to kind of ride it out?
I think it depends on what you can get for him. If you got a running back needy person in your league and they are willing to pay Arian Foster price, quote unquote, do it. But if not, then you might be stuck with him, and you need to wait till he has a big game and then sell high. Because right now, I wouldn't trust him to last the whole year. And if someone else in your league is savvy, they should have Alfred Blue on their bench just waiting.
I agree with you. All right, who's going to be your
Fantasy Zombie?
Who's your zombie in this one?
It's actually Arian Foster. I mean, it's set up for him to have a good game, and I think the narrative has to stop being that Dallas's defense is just the defense for everyone to go buck wild in fantasy. They've actually been a quality defense. They're not giving up everything that people thought they were going to give up. Plus, their snaps have been limited because of the ball control on offense. So you couple that with the fact that Arian Foster's pretty much running on a leg and a half. I don't think he really has a great day. He'll be effective, but he won't be the Arian Foster the first 2 weeks.
No, I kind of agree with you on that one. I've got a fantasy question coming in for you. Again, guys, you got fantasy questions. Our fantasy guru will get to them at LB Said It on Twitter. Comes in here from Eric Morales at BubbaZXDTA on Twitter. Just got offered Jeffrey for Ben Tate, and I have Golden Tate, Nelson, and Roddy White as his receivers.
And he's getting Jeffrey back?
Yeah, he said he's gotten offered Alshon Jeffrey for Ben Tate. And these are his receivers that he already has. Golden Tate, Nelson, and Roddy White as receivers. Charles Robinson and Martin as his running backs in a PPR league. So basically Alshon Jeffrey for Ben Tate. Yep.
Sign Alshon Jeffrey to your team.
Okay, sign him right there. You just heard it, Eric Morales from LB Said It. Sign him on right now. All right, guys. Next game coming up here in our Pigskin Pick'em. Kind of going to be a doozy here. What do we got?
Bears versus Panthers.
Wow. Bears versus Panthers.
Who knows?
Who knows game of the week?
Seriously,
what are you
going
to get? Like, is Jay Cutler going to throw his 4 picks, or is he going to come out and be balls ablazing, or is Cam Newton in that Panthers defense that was supposedly good? I mean, if you're in fantasy football, you drafted this Panthers defense.
Yeah, you did.
They're minus 16 points, I think, in the last 2 weeks. Minus points. I didn't know a defense can get minus points.
Oh, my Bears did this weekend.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, good job. Good play against the Packers.
That wasn't it.
Oh, my Falcons did too.
You didn't play the Texans D. Where was the Texans D at?
I dropped them when they lost that game. I dropped them.
He dropped him like a bitch egg as one of his old girlfriends, man.
I said the party is over, and I dropped him like an idiot.
I'm so disappointed in you and the Texans defense. Clowney's on his way back. They're going to be dominant.
Well, maybe I can pick him up. Maybe somebody else. Maybe I can pick him up.
Johnny, go pick him up on your phone right now. All right, we got Bears-Panthers knocker. This is a big Pigskin Pick'em as far as 50-50 here. Panthers at home, Bears on the road. What do you got?
I'm going to go with the Bears.
On the road here. Johnny Icebox, man. You got to make a comeback here. What do you got? This is a big pick, 50-50 here. Bears on the road against Panthers.
I'm going to go with the Panthers in this one.
Panthers.
That's why I'm making it up.
All right.
I got to make some up.
Oh, yeah, you have to. You just got to start picking these 50-50s, man.
I'm going smoking Jay Cutler in this one. I think the Bears get it done somehow, some way here on the road. It's 50-50 shot. Lawrence, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go Bears. Brandon Marshall practiced fully for the first time in 2 weeks. He's ready to roll. That's not good news for that Carolina defense that can't stop anybody right now.
Yeah, I agree. Who you got as your
Fantasy Beast?
My fantasy beast in this game is Brandon Marshall because I think that with the news coming out that he's on the 100% side or closer to the 100% side, I think he's ready to get back and establish himself.
All right. Couple questions here. Real quick, we'll get to your
Fantasy Zombie.
Who's your zombie, Carolina versus the Bears?
Sad to say, but I got to go Cam Newton. I just think
disappointment.
I think Cam Newton's he's just banged up and they can't block for him. He doesn't have if he could run, that's what separates him from everybody else. But right now he can't run, and that's leaving him so limited offensively.
I got a couple questions again coming on Twitter, man. Thank you guys for bringing them in. You guys have any fancy football questions? You can also call the show live 818-435-8423 from at Eric Robles at Real E-Rec. Comes says, hey Lawrence, Eddie Royal, man, is that a one-game fluke or is he an everyday starter?
No, I wouldn't say every game starter, but I would ride the hot wave if you have him because I've been doing it in one of my leagues. I think that sometimes when you see a guy and he's doing what he's doing, and especially if you're in need of a receiver, I mean, there's a lot of guys who aren't doing nothing, and people are optimistic about him. He's actually doing something, and people are waiting for him to fall off. I would ride him until he stops.
Okay, Knocker, I know I took your question. I didn't know if you saw that one. It was late
Did you
in the
not
Twitter
tell
line.
me to wait before we came
Okay,
on the air? Did
so-
you not say wait till that
Yeah,
game
but
is
you've been-
relevant?
You've been drinking a lot. And I don't know. I handed you a candy bar at the beginning of the show. I don't know.
You said wait till that game's relevant and then ask the question.
I just see you zoning. I just want to make sure you're in the game. So you're on it.
Yeah, I was waiting for the Charger game to ask the question. You numbnut.
All right, we're going to the next game here.
Browns versus Titans.
Browns versus Titans in the...
You better have the ticket. Because it's the blackout game of the week.
Man, Lawrence, this is something, like you said. This is the go do your chores for your wife game of the week. Browns versus
Chore
Titans.
game.
Yep, chore game. Browns versus Titans. Now, let's breeze through this real quick. What do you got?
I'm going to go with the Browns.
You're stealing all my picks. I'm going Browns. No, I'm not going Titans. Going Titans at home. What do you got, Johnny?
I got Browns.
You got Browns?
Yep.
I think the Titans come back. I think they're a desperate team. And if
Oh,
there's
they're
two
desperate.
teams,
All right.
you know, so are Cleveland. But I'm going to go with the home team in this one.
Cleveland's
I'm gonna
always
go,
desperate.
And just because their quarterback has the best flowing hair ever. What's the quarterback's name for Lawrence? What's the quarterback's name for the Tennessee Titans?
Charlie Whitehurst.
Yeah.
He's coaching Seahawks for about 5 minutes.
He's got the flowing locks of seagulls on his
Whitehurst has
hair
been
going
around, man.
Yes, I'm going Titans at home. What do you got, Lawrence?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Browns because the Titans have Fabio playing quarterback, so I'm going with the Browns.
Fabio playing
Fabio.
I like it. So I'm the only one going Titans. All right, who you got in this one as your fancy beast?
Fantasy Beast.
Oh, that word's being used a little too loosely in this game.
Yeah, I
but
agree.
I'm
I agree.
Probably I'm gonna go with the Browns running game. I'm not sure who's gonna be the starter and who's gonna get the bulk of the carries, but I think that the backfield in general has a really good day.
All right, Johnny, you got a couple Browns running backs in your team, right? You kind of handcuffing the Browns? No?
No, I don't.
No,
have
I
any.
thought. That might have
stay
been
away
Knocker.
Fantasy Zombie.
If you can get him, Isaiah Crowell. Go get Isaiah Crowell. Whatever league you're
Okay.
in, stash him away, put him on your bench.
You heard
He's
it.
going to be the starter here in the next few weeks.
All right, there you go. Fancy zombie in this one. It could be a lot of players, right?
Yeah, it could be, but I'm going to go with Kendall Wright only because he's rostered in a lot of leagues, and he was a
Yeah, I
guy that a
got
lot
him.
of people thought was going to take the next step. But he's going to have Joe Hayden on him, even though Joe Hayden is not playing up to Joe Hayden level like a lot of people anticipated to start the season. But that offense is already bad, and it won't take much for Joe Hayden to slow him down. So Kendall Wright.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, next game up here, and as far as our early morning games go,
Rams versus Eagles.
Knocker. Eagles come out, score 21 points, pick
Tough
6 in
loss.
the beginning, don't score any points in the second half.
Tough
Niners, they had to win this game. Desperate team. Harbaugh's job, basically on the line here. A lot of turmoil going on with San Francisco. But back to the Eagles here. Hey, started 3-0. It's tough to win in San Francisco, right? Do you think any less of the Eagles team with this loss here, Knocker?
No, I think they played basically the way they played in all of their games. Bad. This time it was backwards. Normally it's bad first half, great second half. This time they turned it around.
Yeah.
But San Francisco definitely was backed into a corner. If they
Frank
lose,
Gore
if they
comes
lose that
out.
game, their season basically is done in the first.
They went back to
4
their
games.
roots, though. They went back to running the football.
Sure.
Let's play, grinded out football. Let's beat them down here. And I think that's what happened against the Eagles last week. But Eagles at home against your Rams. They're starting Austin as their quarterback for the Rams this week.
Mm-hmm. You have to go
You
with
gotta
the
like Eagles, right?
Yeah, you have to go with the
sweep.
Eagles.
Johnny? Yeah, Eagles for Johnny. I'm going to Eagles as well in this one.
Big game for me, asshole.
Johnny's literally on his
Foles is
iPhone
my
6.
quarterback.
Johnny's on his iPhone 6 right now that he got last week.
I've got
and
Foles
are
and
you on your
Ertz
fantasy leagues right now
and
picking up
Sproles.
players?
No, I was just tweeting a picture from where I sit.
Oh.
Selfie.
You are one pathetic loser.
See? You'll get it.
I like Mark Sanchez.
Retweet.
At Johnny Icebox on Twitter. All right, I'm going to go with the Eagles. I know you're going to go with the Eagles as well here, Lawrence, but who is going to be your
Fantasy Beast.
as Johnny would like, is Nick Foles going to finally come out and have a big game here?
I think he is, but I don't say that with a lot of confidence. little nugget here. If you have room on your bench, go stash away Mark Sanchez. I think he's going to get a shot here if Nick Foles continues to misfire and miss people and continues to get hit, because he keeps staying in these games because he knows in the back of his head this is how he got his starting job. Mike Vick went down, he came in. Mark
Lawrence,
Sanchez
Lawrence,
played well
you
in the
just said
preseason.
Mark Sanchez, right?
I like Mark Sanchez.
You know, Mark. You know Johnny's going out there to get him.
Wow. He's doing it right now.
I did. That is not a misquote.
Wow.
I did say Mark Sanchez. He played really good in the preseason. I think he gets a shot if Nick Foles keeps taking these poundings and then he keeps throwing the ball away to.
It's fantastic.
He gets a shot.
Mark Sanchez is a good quarterback. Let's just leave
I
it
like
at that.
Mark Sanchez.
But I haven't seen a problem with Foles this year. I mean, he had a bad last game.
Yeah.
But they're 3-1.
No, you know it's hard. San Francisco's a tough place to play.
He's putting up the fantasy points.
I don't think
he had a bad week last week, but
It's
I really
not,
want him to
it's
come
not
through this
great
week.
season,
Yeah.
but it's not a bad season. It's not the
Well,
season
he
he had
had-
last year, that's for sure. But it's not bad.
We'll see.
Go ahead,
Well,
Lawrence.
he's an efficiency
He's my
guy.
quarterback,
He's not
too.
a volume player. A guy like him, if he's throwing 30 to 35 passes a game, that's not necessarily his game.
Right.
They need a running game for him to be effective. But like I said, Mark Sanchez played well. It wasn't all Mark Sanchez's fault in New York. There's not many quarterbacks that could have been successful under that system or with those lack of weapons. Mark Sanchez is used to playing with weapons. When he was at USC, he was an effective quarterback. And like I said, preseason he played pretty decent, and I think he sees the field a little better than Nick Foles. That's just me, though.
LaShawn McCoy, you got to ride this train out, right? LaShawn McCoy, the last 2 games, they combined 5 points in fantasy in the last 2 games. When you draft this guy, he's a top 3 running back.
Wow.
I mean, LaShawn McCoy, you can trade him, but you're only going to get 80 cents, not 70 cents on the dollar here. I think if you have LaShawn McCoy, you got to ride it out. Is that what you suggest, fantasy owners?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at this point, you're not going to get anything but crumbs from him, so you might as well see what's going to happen. And like I repeat, it's not that it's LaShawn McCoy, it's a situation. A couple of All-Pros are out right now, but they get Lane Johnson back this week, so that should help and move Todd Harriman back to his natural position on the inside. So if they're gonna get the running game going at least a little bit, this is a good week to do it against the Rams.
All right, as we've seen,
Fantasy Zombie.
Rams, Eagles. Zach Stacy, what do you think about him coming in this game? Is he your zombie?
I don't think that he's necessarily a zombie. I think it might be Brian Quick because he's actually been having a pretty good couple of weeks, but I'm not sure that he pulls it off this week in Philly. So it could be Zach Stacy, it could be Brian Quick. I just don't see the Rams having a lot of offense going over there.
All right, last game up here before we get to break here. Could be an interesting game here, Knocker.
Falcons versus Giants.
As you know, your son, my brother, is a big Giants fan. And, I'm going to play this for him just because Giants fan.
Well, tell him to suck my balls.
I got a personal bet against him this weekend. You know Giants fan.
Yep.
You know Giants
Yeah, he's
fan.
the biggest douche ever, right?
We love you, bud. All right, here. Knocker's just laughing his ass. Falcons, though, at New York this week. Falcons, man, they're bad. I mean, they're bad. I mean, Minnesota running over them last weekend. Giants. Johnny.
Who is
Who
Donnell?
told you to pick up Donnell and start him this week?
Here's the thing.
No, just say it. Don't make excuses.
No. I give you full credit.
Thank
you full credit.
Thank you.
You helped me make that pick, and it paid off.
Thank you
big
very
time.
much.
Well, it didn't pay off big time.
Why
but it
are you
definitely-
helping him?
It was in a
it was
different league.
league.
It was in
okay.
Frank Kramer's league, so I needed to make sure he gets there.
But I think this is an opportunity to
Let's ask Lawrence.
Okay. Is this an opportunity to trade high for him? I mean, does this guy have value right
Lawrence, Donnell, tied in for the Giants, come up big 3 touchdowns over the weekend on Thursday night. Is he someone you sell higher? I think you actually keep him if you're Johnny.
Keep him?
Yeah, I think that if you have another tight end that you're ready to put in, then you can try to trade him in
Julius
both of
Thomas?
your starting lineup. But if he's all you got, I don't think you trade him at this point. I think you probably need to play him.
Okay, but he's got Julius Thomas as the other tight end.
I should have mentioned that.
So I mean, if you're Johnny, you trade Donnell right now. Get what you can for him, right?
Yeah,
yes. His value is never going to be as high as it is right now off of a 3 touchdown game. Yes, I would find someone who needs a tight end and try to get what I can from him.
Johnny, go look at your weakest point on your team and go get that position.
Yeah, that was a big pickup. Julius Thomas was on his bye week. You told me to pick up Donald.
Gotcha.
And it worked out.
All right,
Thank
Knocker. You. Giants, Falcons. What do you got? Giants at home.
Become a premium member at sportsguru.com.
Thank you, Johnny Icebox.
Got you.
I'm going with the Giants. I think they're on a roll, man. Oddly enough, I think
right?
they're on a roll.
Johnny.
Yeah, Giants fan got to me this week.
Yeah, Giants fan. I'm with you on this one too. Lawrence, are you going Giants at home?
NYG, Atlanta doesn't play well away from home, like I said last week.
Yep.
It's going to happen again.
It's going to happen again. All right, who you guys your
Fantasy Beast.
Lawrence, real quick. Eli Manning, that's the best game he will have this season, correct?
Yes, if he has another game like that, I would be highly shocked.
Okay.
So, yeah, I would have to agree with that.
Who's your beast in this one? I mean, Rashad Jennings, man, this guy's having a killer season right now for the Giants.
And that is my beast. I got
All
to
right.
continue to keep it up. Look what Asiata and Jarek McKinnon did to him. I think that Rashad Jennings is bound to do the same.
All right, I agree. Who's going to be your
fantasy beast?
A lot of guys in the. How's the Falcons offense going to look in this one? Roddy White, you got Julio Jones, Matty Ice going to be playing. How do you think those three do this week?
I think they do fairly well. I think the volume of their, they're pretty much predicated on the pass anyway, so I think that they're all going to do well. I mean, they have a really potent passing attack, so I don't really see any zombies in this game per se. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game.
Okay, I like it.
Hey,
All right.
Proto chimes in. I love that Denal pick. Gave me 2 wins this week.
That's right, baby.
And
Sports guru.
Breaking news.
Woo.
Breaking news.
We got breaking news right now.
news.
We got breaking
Breaking news from Mr. Awesome reports. The New York Daily News reports Dallas Cowboys defensive back C.J. Spillman is being investigated for sexual assault alleged before the San Francisco game. Go Cowboys!
Go!
Anybody want to make a change on that?
Exactly. Hello!
I don't think he plays much, so it won't matter that much.
Yeah. All right,
man,
this one.
oh,
All right, guys,
man.
we're going to go to break here. We're going to get to our afternoon games after that great
They
report.
were just asking for it. They needed to get off of the.
That's right. All right, guys, when we get back after this, get your fantasy questions in. Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football. Call the show 818-435-8423. We'll be back right after this.
choose not a life of imitation. Distant us into the reservation. Defunct the pistol that you pay for. Just punk the feeling that you stay for. In time I want to be your best friend. Eastside love is living on the west end. Knocked off a boy, you better come to. Don't die, you know the truth is some do. Go write your message on the pavement. Burn so bright, I wonder what the wave meant. Kickstart to golden generate hub. Sweet talk, but don't intimidate hub. Can't stop the gods from engineering. Feel no need for any interfering. Your image in the dictionary. This life is more than ordinary. Can I get you maybe even 3 of these? Coming from a space to teach you of the Pleiades. Can't stop the spirits when they need you. This life is more than just a read through.
Welcome back to the Sportscast, NFL Gameday show. Make sure you guys check us out on iTunes. Subscribe to the show. Rate and review the show. Tell a friend, spread the word. Also on iHeartRadio, Toad Hop Network, Podcast One. What else are we on there? TuneIn Radio, also as well. Subscribe to the show there. Stitcher, also a good source to get us. So make sure you guys tell a friend, spread the word. Also get your T-shirt today at thenewsportsgrid.com at our Sportscast T-shirt store there. You can check it out. Going to have a live event tomorrow at Islands Restaurant in West Covina, so check us out tomorrow if you want to come down. Just hang out, have some brews, some food. Yep, it's going to be fun tomorrow in West Covina, Islands Restaurant. All right, Knocker, you got a couple tweets coming in real quick? You're laughing it up over there?
Proto showing his picks. I switched. Texans.
Oh, really? Lawrence changed everybody's picks by going with the Texans. Good job, Lawrence. Thank you very much.
I think it was in response to the arrest.
Yeah. Oh, it's in response to the arrest?
It was in response to the arrest.
All right, let's get back to our
It could have been for that.
If you guys got any fantasy football questions, again, 818-435-8423 is the number. Let's do it, boys. Go. Week 5. A lot of people. This is where you're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Week 5, 6, 7. We got the bye weeks.
Mr. Austin, we will get to your question. The game just hasn't come up yet.
Yeah. Knocker's on top
Unless
of it.
you want to do it now.
No. I'm going to do it when you're on. I want to make sure if you miss one, though, I'm going to get upset. I'm on top of you,
dick, man.
He's going to get mad.
I'm going to get upset at you.
Make the guru mad.
Don't make me mad.
Okay. He did come in, though, with one that we'll get to.
Okay.
Gore, McCoy, and Charles. I need 2. Which 2?
Going with you there, Lawrence.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Gore, McCoy, or Charles. I need to pick
You can
2
go
of
play
them.
the music there, Renee. Go
2
ahead.
out of 3.
Gore, McCoy, or Charles?
And Charles. He needs 2 out of the 3.
And Charles. I'm probably going Charles and McCoy.
There you go. See?
All right.
Get him answered.
He asked me that last week.
Just hold your
and
horses, man.
I told him to sit Gore, and I was like, oh.
Who is that?
This is Mr. Awesome, right?
Yeah, it's Mr. Awesome.
Have a drink, relax.
Yeah, I told him he's been going crazy about this. I told him to start Charles. Charles scored 3 times, and he would. I said you can't go wrong starting Gore in the game that they had last week against Philly, but I just would have went McCoy just because I'm of the mindset that you start your studs, even though he hasn't been much of a stud this year. But I feel a lot better starting my studs. But you can't go wrong with Gore. But me personally, I would have went McCoy
start your studs.
and Jamal Charles. So I was right on 1 out of 2.
Okay, not bad, not bad. Hey, sometimes you miss. You know what happens? It happens. All right, guys. Next game up here, NFC South showdown.
Buccaneers versus Saints.
Buccaneers versus the Saints here. Saints at home, man. Saints getting that ass whooped on in D-Town last week. I mean, that's something I did not expect that. Come from a Cowboys fan, I thought it would be a close game, but nowhere near what happened. Drew Brees, kind of like the Brady situation. Is that regime done in New Orleans? But Saints at home here, always tough. Buccaneers, we know what they did against Steelers last week. What do you got, Knocker? An easy pick, right? New Orleans at home, right?
I'm not ready to give up on them yet. I think
You
Tampa
can't.
Bay
New
played a
Orleans
nice game,
yeah,
a nice
New Orleans at
comeback
home.
win, but
Come
you have
on.
to go with New Orleans. Now, another question here.
Okay.
Colston or Emmanuel Sanders? I have Graham as well as my flex.
Who's
but
that from?
Mr. Awesome again.
Okay.
So quit your whining. I'll get you your damn questions when they're relevant.
Lawrence, this is for
All
you.
right?
Go ahead, Knocker.
Okay, Colston or Emmanuel Sanders. I have Graham as well as my flex, but the opponent has Breeze. Strategy.
Oh, well, you start Emmanuel Sanders as long as he's playing because he's going to be highly targeted on Sunday anyway with Demaryius Thomas being tangled up with Patrick Peterson. So I'm going Emmanuel Sanders.
Okay, there you go. Answered your question. All right, next up here. Again, we're going to go round up the Saints. Lawrence, I know you're going with the Saints, but who's you got as your
fantasy beast?
I mean, Saints offense. Do they get it going in this one? Jimmy Graham, Drew Brees, Marcus Colston. How they doing on the Saints side of the ball?
Yeah, it's hard to bet against the Saints at home. I mean, when they're there, that offense is like being on the autobahn. I think you have to start whatever of the main guys you have outside of. I mean, if you need to start Colston, that's fine. But for the sake of Mr. Awesome's question, but yes, and any other people who have Colston on your roster, start him. Drew Brees, he's going to be a monster in that game, especially coming back off of what happened in Dallas.
And also, out to Mr. Awesome. Does your wife agree with that name? I just want to know.
Fantasy Zombie.
Fantasy Zombie in this one.
Fantasy Zombie in this game, I'll probably say Mike Glennon, even though he torched the Steelers last week. Sorry, Johnny. I don't see him doing it to the Saints this week
Mike
to
Glennon,
the degree
quarterback.
he did last week. So if you're in a pinch for a quarterback, I'm not sure that's the best bet to go.
As far as Bobby Rainey goes here, is this guy worth starting, owning, flex position? Where do you put Bobby Rainey as it goes through Week 5 here in the NFL?
Last week, the touches were 16-5 in Doug Martin's favor, so it looked like he's relegated back to just being primarily a backup. So at this point, you can't trust him as a flex starter or anything else until you see further action.
There you go. You heard it here. At LB said on Twitter, guys, you have any questions, Sportscast _THN Knockers lounging back, but he's controlling that Twitter feed. He's chilling.
No, really, though, I just want to put that out there that Mike Glennon looks like Napoleon Dynamite. When
you just want to put it out there?
So next time you're watching.
I mean, he also looks like Doug Funny. He looks like Doug Funny, too.
All right, next up here in our Pigskin Pick'em.
Bills versus Lions.
Bills versus Lions. E.J. Manuel getting benched over the weekend for, God, I didn't even know he still played football, Kyle Orton. But Kyle Orton, man, when he plays, something seems to happen with him. At least something. You got some kind of spark. But the Bills have a good run defense. But again, the offense just can't keep going. Sammy Watkins. Lawrence, I'll throw it to you real quick before our picks. Sammy Watkins, man. A lot of people drafted this kid, as a number 2, maybe your flex position. Is he even worth having rosterable right now?
Yeah, I mean, even though Kyle Orton always looks like he just drunk a beer before he hits the field,
yeah, buddy.
I think he's actually a pretty good fit for Sammy Watkins because a lot of what's been happening between him and E.J. Manuel is just ball placement. E.J. Manuel is not an accurate intermediate passer, and that's actually Kyle Orton's strong suit. So with repetition, even though it might not look as crisp this week, I think that he's actually in good hands playing with Kyle Orton.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Kyle Orton, we saw what he did with the Bears. We saw what he did with the Broncos. He can throw the ball down the field. Sammy Watkins could be, if he's on your waiver wire here, we usually talk about fantasy football leagues too as well. We're talking about a 10-team league. So when we compare players, just so you guys know, where we're comparing players for, it's a 10-team league that we're usually getting our stats and stuff from. So next up here, I'm going to go with the Lions in this one at home against the Bills. I think that the run defense for the Lions, they get to the quarterback. We know what they have up front, especially Calvin Johnson. He's a little banged up, but they got Reggie Boyce. Joique Bell, going to be a big question here coming into this game. Concussion problems, injury problems throughout his career. But I like the Lions at home in this one. I like them 28-17 in this one. What do you got, Knocker?
You're going Lions at home. Okay. They're not going to lose
Johnny
this game.
Box?
I got to go.
Okay.
I'm going Lions at home.
Okay.
But I really do like the Kyle Orton in this. I think he's I think he's a really good quarterback. I think he's been overshadowed by other really good quarterbacks playing for Chicago and playing for Denver. So I think he's going to come out here, and I think he's going to actually do a really good job.
There you go.
I really do. I think he's a good fit for this team.
I like your analysis.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, we're all going Lions. Lawrence, you going to round this out?
I did.
Yeah, I got the Lions at home. I think they turned the Bills into a one-dimensional team, and at that point they're just teeing off on the quarterback. I got the Bills. I got the Lions. I'm sorry.
All right, Lions. We're all going to round out. Who's your
fantasy beast?
Pretty much the Lions offense in this one, or who you got?
Yeah, I got Matt Stafford. I mean, he always plays a little better at home than he does away. So I think, being at his home and his natural habitat of that field, I think he's going to do his thing this weekend.
All right, who you got as your fantasy zombie in this one?
Fantasy zombie.
I think the Bills' backfield. I think they're already,
Spiller, Jackson.
they're already not as effective as they have been in years past, and now they get the Detroit Lions. Not going to be a good day for those guys.
If you have Spiller and Jackson, because a lot of people might have drafted the two, who are you starting out of those two weekly?
I'm probably starting C.J. Spiller at this point. It used to be Fred Jackson, but he's just not. He doesn't have that same pop that he used to. Maybe it's the offense struggling as a whole, but it seems like every week C.J. Spiller has one or two huge runs, and he sneaks in a touchdown here or there. So I just think from the explosive factor, because when you get guys who are in the committee, you always want the guy who's a little more explosive and can do a little more with less. So I would probably start C.J. Spiller at this point.
You could have been talking about my sex life there.
Oh,
Not the same pop, not the same explosive.
Whoa, butt knocker.
Not as explosive as it used to be.
Lawrence,
I'm listening to him going, damn.
This is fantasy football, not fantasy bedroom.
Lawrence, you know how he does after the Shot of the Week award. We don't know what we're getting out of Butt Knocker.
That's awesome.
So, all right, next up here, it's going to be an interesting game here, 50-50 game. As you know, Johnny, we were talking at the break here. You got to make up some ground. You're going with little underdogs here, but this one could be interesting. You hate the
Ravens versus Colts.
Andrew Luck at home, almost unstoppable, right, Knocker? I mean, Colts at home, defense could be questionable at times, but the Ravens, they just keep on coming at you. Each season you think they're dead, and they keep coming back to you. Steve Smith, big game last week. Joe Flacco and company coming into the Colts here. Colts at home. Knocker, I'm going to throw it to you real quick.
It's a very tough game to pick. Very, very, very tough game to pick. But you're going to have to go to Indianapolis at home. They just play very well on their home field. They're getting a little better each week. I'm still waiting for Trent Richardson to do something, But I'm gonna go with the Colts. I'm going Colts. I think it's gonna be a very good game.
All right, Johnny Box, what do you got?
I'm going Colts at home.
Colts at home. I'm gonna go Colts in this one, even though the Ravens have been impressive, but they've been a lot of home games as well. I like the Colts here at home, probably by a touchdown. Gonna be a good game though. Lawrence, what do you got?
I have the Ravens in this game.
Wow!
I think
Upset of the week.
The Colts have the easiest schedule in the league, and they haven't played anybody of any competition up to date that can really compete with them. I mean, they played the Eagles, but the Eagles weren't really stopping them defensively. I think the Ravens can come in and make this a game, and I think they actually pull this one off.
And that's the bottom line.
LB said it.
Thank you, Knocker. I mean, coming in. That's a bold prediction by LB right now. He's going against the crowd.
It's sound.
It's sound. Yeah. I don't mind it. What do you got, Knocker?
Got a question. Pick one to start. Chris Johnson, Chris Ivory, Ahmad Bradshaw, or Alfred Morris?
I am starting Ahmad Bradshaw.
There you go.
I agree with the pick there. I like it as well. All right, thank you, Knocker. Thank you for being on top of that. I'm sorry for interrupting earlier. You gave me the dirty look. And, I know you're a little upset because I stole your thunder there.
That's
like
not
I did the
all
Mexican
I'm
Minute.
at.
I'm on everyone's shoes. The Mexican Minute, I did too much. Knockers, God.
We haven't got to the pictures on the damn homepage either.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later.
What? Oh, Knocker's upset. We'll get to that later, yeah. All right. Can you play the music for me here, Renee?
You had a bad day.
Steelers versus Jaguars.
Oh.
Is this why you went over and whispered?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I wanted just to play that song to intro it in for you.
Whatever.
Can you play it one more time for me?
Cause you had a bad day. You take one down.
I love you, Johnny. You know how much we're good friends. I love you. It's all good fun.
I know. Yeah, I'm going the Steelers. What else?
What do you got?
You had a bad day. You take one down. You sing a sad song.
Knocker, what do you got? Steelers, right?
You have to go with this.
I gotta go with Steelers.
Possibly lose.
Can this be the Blake Bortles coming out show here?
They cannot possibly lose.
It can't happen, right?
Two in
a
a row
happen.
to the two worst teams in the league.
If they lose to the Buccaneers and the Jags back-to-back weeks,
yep.
Johnny, can we make a bet on the show right now?
What's up?
Will you wear a Tony Romo jersey, a Cowboys jersey on the show next week?
If the Steelers lose?
Yeah, and I'll wear a Steelers jersey if they win.
Why? So you can look really cool?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm in.
You in? Okay. Lawrence, are you going to round out the Steelers, Jags?
Yeah, they have no reason to lose this game. If they do, then we shouldn't even discuss them next week.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, did you say a Cowboys jersey or
No, you have to
Then
wear
a
a
Romo
Cowboy
jersey.
jersey.
a Romo jersey?
No, just Cowboys.
Okay,
I'll give you.
right.
It changes the bet,
Yeah,
right?
it
When
does.
it's Romo.
Yeah.
All right, who you guys are?
Fantasy Beast.
Man, Antonio Brown, this kid is sick. He really is. And Le'Veon Bell just coming out each week, whether it's in the passing game, in the running game. Who you guys are fantasy beasts this week?
Yeah, it's Antonio Brown, and as a bonus beast, I got Le'Veon Bell as well.
Yeah, baby.
Sick, man. Smoke weed every day, right? For
That's the
for
thing
Le'Veon.
is,
Every day. Yeah.
all
Him
these
and
guys,
Blunt.
all these guys put up amazing numbers. It just
They
came
do.
down. It came down to a timing and a beating the defense.
I'm going
It
to
came
ask
down
you
to
this
that one
question,
play.
Johnny.
No, what
Could-
it came,
Came down to one play.
Johnny. What
no,
it,
it came
no,
down to one play.
no, you're wrong. What
They
what it came down to is
Mike
the one
Tomlin.
thing that Pittsburgh has been the best at in this league for a long time, closing games out.
And they didn't.
With a drive on offense
Yep.
to run out the clock, and they couldn't get it done. That's
Yeah.
been their hallmark,
And
is to get that damn 1 or 2 first downs at the end of the game and run the clock out, and they didn't get it done.
Who's the most highly penalized team in the NFL? The Steelers.
Is that true?
That's the God-honest truth.
Cheaters.
I don't know about
Cheaters.
that.
Hey, I'm going to ask you real
What
quick,
was that? What was
Johnny,
that?
before I get to Lawrence's
It
pick
doesn't
here.
reflect anything, obviously.
For a zombie, Johnny.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin, is he ever on the hot seat in Steelers Town? Like, is it ever his fault?
No. He took this team to, 3 Super Bowls? So, how can you put a guy
Those are
like
Bill
that?
Cowher's players, Johnny. Those are Bill Cowher's players.
Listen,
Johnny, fuck,
listen.
pussy!
For the longest time, 14 years, Bill Cowher didn't have players. All right.
Don't get Colin off. Don't let Colin off the hook. He deserves to be on the hot seat. Don't let all those epic press conferences fool you with all the gibber and jabber that he gives you.
No.
With, oh, we're going to unleash hell next week, and we need to be better. And
A
he
lot of
owns
this-
up to everything, but it never changes.
A lot of
It
this-
has to change at some point.
No, a lot of this problem is that we've been taking really good players and we've been trading them over the past few years. I mean, we've gotten rid of Mike Wallace, somebody who Ben was connecting with.
Excuses. That's what
No,
I'm hearing.
we've just gotten
They're
rid of
like
a lot of players.
assholes, Johnny.
Antonio-
Everyone's got them.
Come on.
All right, who you got?
Emmanuel Sanders, come on.
All right.
Fantasy Zombie.
Anyone on the Jags, right?
Yeah, I think you probably have to go with Toby Gerhardt. I think Blake Bortles actually does decent. That's Baby Roethlisberger
He's gonna
right
throw
there.
50 times
But,
because they're going to be down.
Toby, he's just. I think at this point, you can't really start him. If you're starting him, you must have no running backs.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Been a bust this year as far as Toby Gerhardt's concerned. All right, next up here on our late games here we go.
Steelers.
Oop, not Steelers, I'm sorry.
Cardinals versus Broncos.
Cardinals versus Broncos here. Carson Palmer not going to play in this game.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
just too bad.
It is real bad. I mean, he's going to have a good season this year. I like
Yeah,
Carson.
they were playing
especially
very
at the
well.
injury. Cardinals, though, one of the best defenses, top 3 in the NFL right now, going up against the Broncos at home. Peyton Manning coming off the bye. You got to give it to Peyton, right, and company at home here.
Yeah, you have to tilt it. I mean, Arizona with Carson Palmer has a chance.
Maybe.
Without him,
Yeah.
Denver's not going to lose this game.
I
at home.
agree. Johnny Box.
I'm going Broncos.
I'm going to go Broncos at home here. Lawrence, you going to round out with the Broncos?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Broncos, but it's gonna be a little closer than maybe it appears to be. That offense isn't clicking on all cylinders, and Monty Ball's not the runner that they thought he was gonna be. It's gonna be a close game, but I got Broncos.
Out of the Broncos' 3 receivers, who has the best game?
I actually think Wes Welker has a big game because
Okay.
Antonio Cromartie can stay with Emmanuel Sanders. Demarius is going to be bottled up a little bit with Patrick Peterson. And I think that in the slot, I don't think the Honey Badger's still healthy enough to stay with Wes Welker. So I think Wes might actually have a big day.
All right, who's going to be? We'll have your. Wes is your fancy beast. Who's your
Fantasy Zombie?
Who's your zombie coming into this one, man? Fitzgerald been a disappointment so far this season. Maybe I rank him maybe in the 30s now as far as receivers go. Maybe as a flex.
They don't throw him the ball. What the hell is he supposed to do?
They don't. Who do you guys your zombie in this one, Lawrence?
Yeah, I think it's Fitzgerald. Like you said, he's been disappointing. He's been about as disappointing as when you pour a bowl of cereal and realize there's no milk. It's just bad. It's just bad.
Johnny liked that one, Lawrence. He's cracking up over there. He's done that before.
So much now.
That's awesome.
Think about how disappointed it is when you do that. You forget you have no milk, and it's almost like your whole morning is
It is.
down.
It's like I got this whole bowl of tricks, and I got no damn milk.
Yeah, and you're even going to try and eat a few pieces dry just because you already poured it.
I mean, that Captain Crunch is already worse on your mouth,
They're
right?
just charms now. There's no luck involved.
No lucky.
Nothing lucky about this.
Just charms.
That's Larry Fitzgerald. No milk.
No milk. No milk, Fitzgerald. All right. Next up here. Hey, guys, this could be a lot more interesting than I thought at the beginning. Here we go.
Chiefs versus 49ers.
Chiefs versus the Niners, man. Niners come out in the second half against the Eagles. You thought they were dead in the water. Season on the line. Niners come out, look very, very good coming out against the Eagles here. And the Chiefs putting a hurting on. Tom Brady, I mean, at this point right now with Tom Brady, I just feel sorry for the guy. But Chiefs at home here. I mean, Chiefs on the road against the Niners. Niners at home. Knocker, I'm going to throw it to you. What do you got?
I have to pick some upsets here. I'm going to go with the Chiefs on the road.
Are you picking? Do you really think the Chiefs can have a legitimate shot, or are you just picking
I'm
this
not
to
sold
pick
on
it?
San Francisco. They
I
came back
agree with
against
you.
a weak Eagle defense, and I'm not sold that they fixed their problems.
All right, Johnny Box, what do you got here? Niners at home against the Chiefs.
I'm taking the Chiefs in this one.
Wow, you're going with Knocker on the road here, huh? Your road dog. You
Yeah,
going to make
I'm
up some
not
ground?
convinced by the Niners even at home.
I'm
No.
going to go with the Niners in this one, not only because it's a home game, and so that's why I'm going to go, because I think these teams are pretty even. I got questions on either side of the ball here for both
Absolutely.
teams, but I like the Niners at home, plus I got Colin Kaepernick in a couple fantasy leagues, so I'm going with Niners. What do you got, Lawrence?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the 49ers. It's hard for me to believe that they're going to let the Kansas City Chiefs come there and beat them with two weapons on offense. But I don't think the 49ers are going for that. They're going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
All right, yeah, Johnny and Bud Knocker are throwing up fists here because they think they got good picks, but we'll see when it comes down to next week. All right, who do you got as your
fantasy beast?
Does Gore have the same kind of game here? How does Kaepernick do? Who's you got as your fantasy beast?
I actually think it's going to be Colin Kaepernick. I think his mobility is really going to cause problems for Kansas City because they're two pass rushers. They're going to get there, but as you know, Colin Kaepernick doesn't let you sack him. So I think he actually has a really good day against the Kansas City defense because there's no playmakers on the backside after you get past Tom Ali and the other guy on the other side, forgetting his name, brain cramp.
I agree, though, but Johnny here has asked me this question a couple times here.
Fantasy zombie.
Jamal Charles, man, I know he luckily came out this week. I told you to start him too, right, Johnny?
Oh, yeah.
I told you.
I knew I was
had a
gonna
couple
do it.
touchdowns, though, but Jamal Charles, is he safe to play every week here with the Kansas City Chiefs? Now Davis looking good.
He's involved in the passing game and the running game. I could see if he was a one-dimensional guy, but they find so many creative ways to use him that you kind of have to play him every week. And I don't think that he's a complete zombie, like a no-show. I just don't expect what he did on Monday night.
Okay, I agree with you now. And Johnny got an offer. I want to say it from Frank Kramer. Johnny got an offer. Who'd you get offered for Alex Smith?
It was Julius Thomas for Alex Smith because he didn't believe that Nick Foles was a good enough quarterback.
Gosh.
Isn't that just shameful?
That's where you're like, wow, this guy employs me. Then you start weighing out rent.
I love
versus...
you. At Frank Army on Twitter. Love you, Frank. How do you, Frank, in the morning? All right, next up here. Interesting.
What's up with Kyber, man?
Is the wifey home right now? No? All right, next up here. This could be
Jets versus Chargers.
San Diego Superchargers. Go.
Right.
Go, man. Phillip Rivers having a turnaround season here, even with the injuries at the running back position. Danny Woodhead out. Donald Brown becomes a featured back here. Keenan Allen, like you said last week, Lawrence, man, been a disappointment pretty much the whole season. Jets on the road, not normally good. San Diego has one of the better defenses as we've seen this season. I'm going Chargers, Knocker. I don't think this is close.
Oh, and by the way, Eddie Royalty. Never mind.
Sorry, Knocker. Dick.
This is the game that the Chargers the last 3 years would lose.
Yeah.
Just when you get on the
That's a
bandwagon.
good point. Yep. Just when you think,
know, just when you think they're
It's like
ready to do something.
just a comparison, it's like the Cowboys going to be the Texans this week. It's like, oh, Cowboys have won
Yeah,
3 in a row.
yeah,
It's just about that time.
But I think I said this last year. I liked McCoy as their coach. I like what this guy brings to the table with this team and with his quarterback. Just North Turner and Phillip Rivers just were not on the same page.
Yeah.
They're not the same personalities, and this guy is, and he's pretty much letting Rivers take the game, do what he wants in the game, and he's spreading the ball around. I think the Chargers are for real. I like them. The Jets are not playing well on the road.
I agree. Crispy Rice chimes in. The team that has the most penalties is the Niners.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, Anquan Bolden with that headbutt at the end. Like, come on, bro. All right, Johnny, what do you got in this one?
The Chargers are looking good, and I got to go with the Chargers.
Okay, I'm going to go with Chargers at home here. I think they win by about 10 points. I'm going to go 31-20 Chargers. What do you got, Lawrence?
Yeah, I got the Chargers in this one. Phillip Rivers, I think you can make a better case for anybody for early MVP candidate.
Really?
I think they actually get
Guy's
it done.
been sick. Yep. I agree with you. All right, who you guys your fantasy beast in this one?
My fantasy beast, I actually have Phillip Rivers. I think he continues to keep it going. I think that front four for the Jets, they can get there, but Phillip Rivers does a good job of getting the ball out quick, and I think that's going to cause some problems for those guys.
Fantasy Zombie.
Who's walking dead this week?
CJ Noke. He will again be disappointing.
CJ Noke.
Unfortunately, some people probably have to play him, but don't expect anything out of him. And he's not even starting anymore. Chris Ivory is now starting. So
and think of a bye week here with the NFL. It's like, thank you very much for letting the Raiders and Dolphins, who probably nobody has on their fantasy teams except for Mike Wallace. I mean, really. I mean, it's ridiculous this week. All right, next coming up here in our Pigskin Pick'em. Again, call the show 818-435-8423. We got about 10 minutes left in the show here, covering the rest of Week 5 in our Pigskin Pick'ems. Make sure you guys follow Lawrence at LBSaid on Twitter. All right, this could be interesting game here when you first look at it, but after Monday night, you think a little different.
Bengals versus Patriots.
Bengals versus Patriots, Sunday Night Football. Tom Brady, we saw the pictures over the weekend. 4 turnovers, 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions. Edelman is his #1 receiver, Knocker. I mean, I've won you.
I love him.
I've won you 3 Super Bowls, Knocker. Tom Brady. Tom Brady. I'm Tom Brady. I won you 3 Super Bowls.
Right. And?
I've built up your organization as best as you probably could as a quarterback.
Right. So where are you going? Where are you going with this?
You can't give me anyone else besides Julian Edelman as my #1 receiver.
Oh, exactly. They've slowly gotten rid of everybody that's good.
Ridiculous. All right, we got a phone
it's
call?
just not happening.
All right, who's online with the Sportscast? We got a phone call. 714. What's going on?
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you? Who we got in the line?
David?
Yeah, who is this?
Loey.
Loey?
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 Are you serious? Loey, is that you?
It is. It is.
Oh,
And
my
I'm just
God.
calling to tell you, you drank all my damn vodka.
What's going on?
Oh, my God.
Loey?
Loey is one of the funnest, nicest people I have ever met. She joined up with Zach and I at the Mountain View Golf Course in Palm Springs.
Oh, my
She
God.
was out as
How
a single.
crazy is that?
And she
Knocker
is
promoting.
just wonderful people. We got along fantastic, had a great day. About the 13th
Look at
hole,
that.
about the 12th hole, she's like, I'm telling her, God, I needed more sleep last night. She goes, well, I got vodka in my bag.
Yeah. Give me the shot song. Give me the shot song for Loey. Oh, yeah, Loey the vodka.
That's a good name for a vodka, too. I'm sipping on some Loey.
Wow, Loey, that is awesome. That is awesome for you to call in, man. What's going on? What are you doing today?
Not a whole lot. I'm in Huntington Beach, and I'm heading back out to the desert tomorrow for a few days. So
Check you out.
there you go.
Yo, give us the truth. How did he really golf?
Oh, shitty.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to play. Loey, this is for you in Knocker's golf game.
Merry Christmas! Dinner was full!
I'm cold busted. I am cold busted, but yeah, that was fantastic.
I just needed confirmation on my end.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a rough day.
What's your favorite NFL team? Are you a football fan?
I'm sorry. No, I'm a golf fan.
Oh, I love it. The golfer.
I have a lot of friends who are from Seattle, and it's a Seahawks. Blah,
Okay,
blah, blah.
I like the Seahawks
There you
Nation.
go, Lawrence.
How you feel about Roy McIlroy getting PGA Player of the Year?
I love him.
Yeah.
He is great.
He is fantastic.
He's
I mean,
cool, dude.
he's the new Tiger Woods. I mean, I love him to death.
Yeah.
Okay, now, let me tell you.
He's finished.
Yeah. He
He's
is
over
fit.
and done.
I agree with you.
This is the coolest lady ever. Loie, tell these people what you did for 10 years for a job.
Oh, I drove a beer cart at a golf course.
Yeah! You
10 years, huh?
Yeah.
You got to be some kind of looker to drive those.
Oh, yeah.
There
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
Yeah,
Loie.
she's happening.
Hey, we need to get
a stewardess.
You
for
a Nancy
30-some years.
Lopez fan?
I was.
I know, so am I. Yeah, same here.
We got to get a golf game with Loie out here real soon.
She was great. She was so much fun. It was
Let's get a
awesome.
golf
It was
game
an
out
awesome
there
round
with
of golf, man.
Aw.
Thank you so much, Loie.
Thank you, David.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It's about time for you guys to hang up, ain't it?
Yeah,
Thank you
it
for
is.
calling.
Thank you, Loie. We appreciate it very much.
Hope to meet up with you out there again, man. That was a wonderful day. Good memory.
You betcha.
Thank
Awesome.
you, Loie.
Okay,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Send her
Bye-bye.
out. That's fantastic. You totally just pimped our show in Palm Springs. You got a random golfer.
No, this guy does it everywhere. I bumped into
Don't
him
I?
at the grocery store one time.
Yeah.
And I was like 2 people behind him at the checkout line. And like he's got the shirt on and he's like explaining to the checkout. I'm like, bud, just fucking check out. Just check out.
He does. He promotes
Yeah,
I love you,
everywhere.
Knocker. You do.
This chick was awesome, man. She's a retired stewardess. She was a stewardess for Continental. She's a track runner. And she
That's
was just
awesome.
the coolest.
She gets
people,
my shot
man.
of the week. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
She just ripped
And
out.
Rory.
She
Yeah,
just ripped
and
out-
Ferrari.
She just ripped out a bottle of vodka out
Yeah,
of her bag.
that's
man.
fantastic. All right, here, Knocker. Here we go. Sunday Night Football, though. Patriots, Bengals. What do you got?
Oh, you got to go with the Bengals.
Right?
You've got
Is
to
this
go
the
with
game
the
that the Bengals just shit the brick, and this is where they start becoming the Bengals, though? And the
God, I hope
Patriots
not.
turning around?
You know what?
This could be, right? You see where I'm saying here?
Well,
With the Patriots at home?
all logic tells you that Cincinnati's going to win this game, but I really think the
Tom
Patriots
Brady,
are done.
Belichick, 2-2, desperate.
I think they're done. And Proto asked, what do you do with Brady? I have him in one league, and
Droppable.
he's pissing me off. Do you drop
He's
him or what?
droppable. And all 10 team leagues droppable. I'm telling you right now.
What do you think, Lawrence?
Lawrence.
Yeah, I think the Bengals win. I mean, I want to make a case for the Patriots. They're tired of all the talk that's happening this week, but they're just not a good football team right now. If they prove me wrong, so what? But until
Yeah.
then, I'm going Bengals.
I agree. Johnny
Brady
Box.
even starting?
No,
Can you imagine that guy asked that fucking question?
Yeah, at the Belichick, I have that video. Belichick just
postie?
like laughs at him. Like, are you kidding me?
Why do I have to do this?
How are you in journalism? Really? What do you got, Johnny?
I got the Bengals.
I got the Bengals here. I think it's going to be close, though. I think it's going to be a close game here.
I don't
I'm going to go Bengals 28-24. Who you got as your fantasy beast in this one?
Fantasy Beast.
My fantasy beast in this game is A.J. Green. Look what Dwayne Bowe did against Revis. That's not even an island no more. It's just Revis. I think A.J.
Wow.
A.J. Green is going to have him a nice day against Revis on Sunday, even though they'll be fired up to play, but it's A.J. Green.
All right.
Fantasy Zombie.
Who's your zombie this week?
Fantasy zombie has to be Tom Brady or Stephen Ridley. I think that they're going to struggle. They're not going to be able to do much against Cincinnati, and I think they're going to come out and they're going to be guns blazing to start the first quarter, but reality will set in soon, and Brady will continue to regress, and people will blame his supporting cast when really he's just getting old and he's not as good as he used to be. It doesn't help that he doesn't have great weapons, but he's not helping them either.
Ridley or Shane Vereen, who has the better game?
Shane Vereen, if you have Shane Vereen, this is the time to play him because Stephen really tends to get the carries when they're beating teams and they run the clock and they're in ball control mode. But they're not going to be able to get away with that the next few weeks. So if you have Shane Vereen, feel free to play him because they're going to need a guy. They're going to need a guy that's a little more dangerous out of the backfield, and he's usually the guy they go to.
All right, lastly up here.
Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football could be a doozy here.
Seahawks versus Redskins.
Seahawks, Redskins. Johnny, I'll go to you first on this one here, buddy. Redskins at home, Seahawks on the road. They've lost before on the road.
No, the Seahawks are ready to take this one out.
Seahawks ready. Kirk Cousins.
Done.
Done?
Dead to me.
Dead to you. All right.
Wow.
I agree, man. After that last fantasy game, 4 interceptions. Did you see that game against the Giants? I mean, my God, terrible.
Terrible.
Knocker, what do you got in this one? Man? I know it seems obvious though, right?
This screams Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh.
This screams Vegas is gonna fuck you over because everyone's gonna take you Seahawks.
This screams upset just because that's the way it works.
I agree with you. Yep.
Nothing logical in it, but
you're
it
going
just
with the Seahawks,
screams
right?
it. Well, you have to.
Right, you have
How
to.
do you
right?
not?
Like, prove me wrong. Like Lawrence said on the next one with the Patriots. Prove me wrong.
But
Redskins,
back
prove me wrong.
east at night on grass.
Yep.
Crowd. This is so illogical for them to win that they just might do it.
Exactly.
But you still have to go with Seattle.
I'm going Seattle in this one as well. Lawrence, what do you got?
Yeah, Seattle's going to kick their ass.
Just like that.
I like it. All right. Give me a score in this one.
I think it's going to be about 33-20.
33-20.
33-14.
All right. I like it. Right next to it.
Attaboy.
All right, real quick.
Your picks?
You got nothing.
Oh, I'm like
Fantasy Beast.
Who's your fantasy beast in this one?
My fantasy beast in this one is Russell Wilson. I think that he's going to definitely be able to do whatever he wants to offensively. Like I said, Washington, they're not stopping anybody through the air. So I think Percy Harvin gets loose for a couple, and it'll be Russell Wilson.
A lot of people drafted Kirk Cousins, after going in for RG3 as their number one.
Fantasy Zombie.
It's your zombie again. How does he do after that last week's just piss poor performance there?
I think he does. I think he does a little better, but I think the bigger zombie will probably be Alfred Morris because I think a lot of people will be playing Alfred Morris, but he won't have a really good day.
Okay, that you guys have heard it. That's been our week 5 picks, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Johnny, how you feeling after your number 5?
Submit your picks.
Are you submitting them right now? Submit those picks again. I want to thank Lawrence Brooks chiming in every week with us again. Follow him at LB Said It on Twitter. Lawrence putting out your rapid reaction that you just put out, recapping last
awesome
week.
stuff.
He's got
Fantastic.
his boom bust. It's coming out. It should be up by tomorrow morning.
And, it'll be tomorrow morning.
All right there, Lawrence. He's on top of it. Lawrence, man, thank you very much. And we'll see you tomorrow, man. I'm excited to see you tomorrow, buddy.
Yes, can't wait to see you guys. Definitely. Always a pleasure. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
All right,
Absolutely.
buddy.
That'll be
Lawrence
good times.
Brooks at LB Said It, man. Check him out. All right, Lawrence, thank you very much. Knocker, you got a little bit of Twitter coming in?
I don't know if Chris said something in for not to fuck out. I don't know if it's a video or whatever. But
Okay, yeah, he sent out a video on Facebook, so I'll retweet
Proto
it.
chimes in. Stewardess, beer cart driver, Mile High Club member.
Yeah.
Atta girl.
Yeah.
Atta girl. She told me she was out doing the flights to Australia. It was pretty insane.
Yeah.
I gotta see a picture.
Yeah, I wanted her to come play golf with us. Come out and play golf with us.
She was just so cool.
That's awesome. So big. I'm glad she's tuning in the show. She calls
I
right away.
I wrote down
like
our
it's a
website.
brand new fan. That's fantastic.
I wrote it down on her golf card.
She's a woman. I love it. That's cool.
TheNewSportsGuru.com. I wrote it down on her golf card.
Wait, she just went to our website and she just got this. She's that smart. She's smarter than you to actually click on the link to watch it and listen.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And that was Monday. I met her on Monday.
That's sweet, Knocker.
Isn't it?
Keep pimping that shit, man.
Bobby!
Yeah. All right, guys. Make sure you guys check us out on iTunes. Again, Stitcher, iHeartRadio.
No knock the F out today?
No. We had one, but it was all right. We got to run here. We took a little bit long on the pick'em. So, again, guys, you got fancy questions, send to at LB Said on Twitter. Make sure you guys, again, become a VIP Knocker. We got some picks coming out this weekend. How you feeling?
Feel pretty good.
It's kind of tough schedule, though.
It's getting tougher.
I think NFL is a little easier than college this weekend.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah.
I'm doing horrible on my bets, man. I'm following you so I'm winning.
You're
but
winning.
my other personal bets, just on my own, where I don't contact you, getting killed.
All right, guys. For at Johnny Icebox on Twitter, at InnerBeans1 on Twitter, follow that bitch, and at Bud Knocker on Twitter. At Real Josh Pacheco. Thank you once again, guys. All our fans, we love you very much, and we appreciate all the support. We'll be at Islands tomorrow in West Covina. Come out and holler back at us, right, Renee?
Yeah, for sure. I'll be there, too.
And go Dodgers.
Go Dodgers.
Go
Friday.
Angels. Go Angels.
By the way, the
Angels,
Giants right now, the
Yeah.
Giants are beating Pittsburgh 8-0 going into the 8th inning.
It's done.
Looks like they're going to face, who are they playing in the NLCS?
they
Washington
will play
Nationals.
Washington.
Yeah, National. So let's just go Dodgers Angels World Series, right?
Dodgers Giants
could
NLCS.
happen.
There we go. I like it. Go Tigers. I want to go to a game. All right, guys. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Icebox Studios. We love you all. Be good humans.
Late.